Hey, Nugget.
Now, I don't know. Again, I don't know what you yelled. It definitely came through on stream.
Not as bad as what Curtis yelled last time that maybe he got on stream.
I never understand it because I'm focused on other stuff.
It was bad. I'll just say that. It was bad.
Be it on your head if we get canceled from the internet for your tomfoolery. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Delve Requisite, episode 100. We've done this 100 times, and what do we have to show for it?
Self-loathing.
Got
Well,
it in
you know,
one.
I actually have an add your proficiency
Trauma.
bonus from chat for the Nugget.
Yeah, there you go.
Good.
Is it
Or
from
the Nugget.
Curtis?
No,
No.
it's from
No.
Scythian
Just
Nightingale.
say, he only rewards bad behavior, like giving himself 5.
Curtis,
kills every
yeah, Curtis does exactly one thing in chat, is he gives himself money every week. And the retribution that I have been planning for that will be swift and will be merciless.
On a cosmic level.
Okay, before we get any further sidetracked, let's thank our sponsors and then get into this bad boy, because ooh buddy, is some stuff going down this week. Let's give a quick shout out to Proficiency Bonuses sponsors, Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. You can type !Little Dragon in the chat during tonight's stream at any point to be given a link to their website. They are a Canadian-based dice company that make tabletop RPG dice that every once in a while my green screen keys out because my little dragon dice are green. Not today, apparently. Everybody's showing off their little dragon dice. But yes, if you're in need of a new set of dice, consider heading over to Little Dragon Corp's website and finding the dice of your dreams, for which you can pay 10% less. Because you can enter our code PROBONUS at checkout for a 10% discount on your order. Thank you, Little Dragon Corp. And thank you, Cardboard Castle! CCG in chat tonight. We'll give you a link to their website. They are a brick and mortar tabletop gaming store located here in the United States in Evans, Georgia. If you are not located in Evans, Georgia, fear not, because the internet exists, which allows you to do things like watch us idiots play D&D, and also order things online to be sent to your house. So if you are in need of a new board game, some, I don't know, what do people buy? Magic the Gathering cards? Sure.
Kids like them Pokemans.
You got them Pokemans? They probably got them.
You got
They got their
Pikachu?
Pokemans. If you need a board game, if you need Pokemon cards, if you need a life-size body pillow of Naruto, I cannot promise they have that, but you can look.
You can certainly ask.
You can ask. Email them at their business website and ask them about Naruto body pillows and tell them the proficiency bonus sent you. Don't do that. We want them to continue sponsoring us, and
I mean, do that, but then buy a whole bunch of things.
yeah.
It outweighs itself. That guy was a weirdo, but he did spend $500, so it's okay.
So thank you to Cardboard Castle and thank you to Little Dragon Corp for sponsoring Proficiency Bonus. So, Crew of the Grimm's Folly, you're in a bit of a pickle tonight. The group is in the Ignean Imperial City of Umyath Dorai, where they have come seeking to learn information and or disrupt the apparent slave trade of Naporian lunar warriors that a mysterious figure by the name of Pendragon, or the pseudonym Pendragon, operating somewhere within the Empire, seems to have been instigating. In kind of weaseling their way into whatever is happening here, the party sort of planted party member and Naporian Nymue into the clutches of the Ignean slave trade to basically see where it was that Naporians were being taken after being brought to a very specific slave broker here at the request of this mysterious Pendragon. The individual in question turned out to be an arcanist working within the hospital/institute for medical and magical scientific research here in Umyathrai, sponsored by the Empire itself, by the name of a place called Serengras. This arcanist Thyxes turned out to be a drow with a rather upsetting interest in experimentation upon sentient beings. Nymue was subjected to a series of rounds of questioning and experimentation, which included injecting an unknown substance into her bloodstream, which seemed to have odd effects on the spirit entity which is bound within her as a Naporian Kalashtar. The party, for their part, after dealing with a bit of an incursion by the slave trader that they had dealt with, rushed to Serengras and stormed their way in to retrieve her. They slew Arcanist Thyxes in battle, along with several abominable creations that he had been apparently making out of people in his sub-level laboratory, and found some things which they have not really had the time to look into just yet. The party recovered a private set of notes that he had been keeping, apparently based on his experiments on Nymue and the other Naporians, written in some kind of code or language that they don't understand. They found a similar book in his private chambers, which seems to detail Tieflings as opposed to Naporians, also written in an unintelligible cipher, as well as a few other things, including the former head of the Umyath Durai branch of the Ordinum Libri. Their enclave, the Ordinum Libri, maintains enclaves in all major cities throughout the Five Kingdoms as part of their strict neutrality clauses as part of their organization. And the party has learned that shortly before their arrival here, the Ignean Empire apparently stormed into this enclave and simply took captive its proprietor. They have freed this woman, the woman whose name I will find in a second, or Brittney will find it faster than I do, Aora Veshta, an elven woman. They have freed her, and she is currently with them, trying to make an escape from Serengras. They also found one of the other Naporians that were taken here, that were purchased and brought to Serengras to undergo Thyxes' experimentations. They learned that if Naporians subjected to his tests passed whatever the criteria was, he was sending them on elsewhere to his master, who the party presumes is Pendragon. But if they did not pass these criteria, he was doing with them what he would, which, in the case of the individual they found, seemed to be beginning the process of turning them into one of those psionic abominations that the party had fought. The woman was transformed beyond the ability to survive outside of being kept alive by Thyxes' continued magics and experimentation, as far as the party was able to discern. And in telekinetic conversation with her, Nymue learned that his experimenting the same testing that he had been beginning on Nymue, had, she believed, severed or outright killed the spirit that was attached to her soul. She basically asked for a merciful death, which the party somberly aided her with, and is now in the process of trying to escape from the nightmarish Serengra hospital. You have run up the stairs back to the first floor, to the reception foyer area that you came in, where you killed a pair of guards on your way in and interrogated another one of the Arcanists that you came across. And you have come up the stairs to find yourselves face to face with a half dozen Imperial guards here on this first floor, with the sight of quite a few more and a number of wagons and horses outside. So I'll give you guys a minute to gather yourselves together while I put some minis on the table here. And then we will begin.
There's a note in the notes to remind Brittney that you need to heal. But also, not to be metagaming about it, but I have there's so many good berries amongst this party right now.
A lot of good
so
berries.
You know.
I mean, I'll take some of those if we have a moment. But
Are we going out the front door? Auto character?
yeah.
I think the notes that people put into our notes is let's go, let's try the sewer. But I don't know.
So I will to
to
give you kind of a refresher. From what you guys know, Nymue knows nothing, right? About
I know nothing.
Nimue came in the front door and then got knocked unconscious.
But I was blindfolded. So
You guys did see the outside of the building a little bit, and you know that there are the other entrances on the first floor were sealed. So this is on the first floor. The only way in or out of this building is through this main area. You guys do know that there are some there's windows and things like that on upper floors. They are barred and sealed. But you already did a trick once where you busted your way through a storm grate. So that's not necessarily prohibitive to you guys. But you have no idea what is on the inside. You don't know what the layout of this place is, besides the placard, the directory that Murderbeard spotted that tells you what stuff is on what levels. You guys have no idea what the layout of this place looks like above you. Aside from the fact that there are 2 additional floors up, and then the sub-level that you were in that, as far as you know, does not have an exit anywhere.
I thought we had made it to the lobby and then
You are currently in the lobby.
in the lobby.
Okay.
Yeah. We're
I
in
thought
the
it was
lobby, and there's some people in. Was there
So
a couple
when-
people inside?
There's
the
6
bodies?
guards inside. So when you guys came in, you did not kill one of the guards. You'll remember reached under the countertop at reception. You did not manage to kill him fast enough. He reached under and he snapped the silver thread that was run under the desk, which was connected to an alarm spell that alerted the guards. So a contingent of guards have come to investigate, seen the bodies, and are now here and have had a look, because you guys were downstairs for a little while. So they haven't been here long enough to start searching the premises, it looks like, but they have been here for a bit. They were in here when you guys came back up.
I don't know through the sewer.
Let's go through the sewer.
I think that's
mean, Yeah, I vote. We know where it goes. We know what.
Yeah, but don't we have to get
We still have to
outside?
get past
You have to
it.
get
We have to get
outside
past
to
the
get
side.
to them,
get
yes.
through them.
How
and we
how
just-
how close is this group standing together?
So I'm putting them on the map
Fireball.
here.
Oh, I see them. Oh, I like their feathery hats.
Their feathery
Hats,
hats
you
are
say?
extremely
Flammable.
flammable.
Yeah, it is
right?
weird. They're made out of
That's you
they're made
say.
out of dry leaves and asbestos of all things.
Yep.
That's not even a
It's
man.
oil.
That's just a bunch of sticks like strapped together.
It's been a tough year for conscription. Half of the city guard is in fact scarecrows currently.
Oh no!
So you guys are here. I'm gonna put a. I've got to get a. There's a Oraveshta with you guys in the back, and I believe either Scylla or Rowan is currently carrying the body.
Scylla was, I believe.
Yeah, I can carry her.
Okay.
Because I'm mostly tapped on spells anyway, so I feel like Rowan could do
As
more
am
to
I.
help.
I think reaction. If these guys are standing close together, Thyxes would just be out of nervous, freaking out. Would
Do it.
just begin to have that green glow from the orb, and it would leave the orb as what looks to be a streak of fire, but then all of a sudden it changes and it continues to stay green, and I'm going to use my transmutation magic to make it a ball of poisonous gas.
Oh snap! Okay,
That
so
explodes
what
on
we're gonna do,
impact.
we're gonna go into initiative here because like you have not surprised them, right? Like you guys came
Right.
charging up the stairs. They had enough time that like these guards looked up and one of them like yelled to the guys outside like the intruders are still here. So we'll dive right into initiative at this point if like launching into an attack is your plan.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah. Okay.
I want Thyxes to kill everyone.
Oh no.
You may have to wait a while for that to happen.
Can't possibly be nearly as long as you're gonna have to wait for the guards to get a turn, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. I'm dropping frames on OBS.
Oh,
If that gets any worse, we'll have to figure something out.
Oh yeah, it's real rough on stream.
Oh shit, yeah, that's not good.
Ooh.
I might kick tabletop sim off and just do this theater of the mind.
Yeah, that might be better.
Let's
Yeah.
close that down. Let's close that down. We'll bring Umyalta right back up, and hopefully that'll be it. Tabletop sim seems to be a little hungry tonight. Hungry for my.
It looks a little better on stream now.
Yeah,
yeah.
stream's better.
OBS got smoother, so we'll see. Hopefully that fixes it. All right, give me them initiatives.
13.
13. Scylla.
17.
17. Murderbeard.
9.
9.
No, are you guys kidding me?
I got an 11. I was waiting to see if anyone had anything higher.
11. Rowan.
5.
5.
Hell yeah!
All odd
Thyxes.
numbers.
Let me roll for a Oraveshta. Okay, she gets a.
I gave her a spare longsword just to
Michael
FYI.
may
Oh, okay, she is
give
armed. Okay.
Curtis a run for his money. For
Yeah, I gave her one of my own
rolls.
She gets an 18.
Good, she can do some, or hold it until something, I don't know.
She doesn't. I think like you can kind of tell based on the way that she's holding it after you have like given it to her that like she does not know how to use a sword.
Good
She
for
asked
her.
for one. She
Or,
asked
like yeah,
for
she
one
doesn't want to be
last
like
week.
she doesn't want to be unarmed. Like she's holding it, like she's got it right, like, and she will defend herself with it if she needs to. But like she's first in the initiative, she is not charging out in front of all of you guys to go like take on these 6 guards. Like
I
she
guess.
stays
Valid.
firmly within the group.
Hold her action.
with her sword. She will she will hold her action because she doesn't know like what you guys are gonna do or anything like that. So Murderbeard, you are going to be next in the initiative. So to set the scene for you, that since like we closed tabletop sim, there are like 3 guards about halfway across the like that reception area. You guys are like in the opening to like the hallway that you guys like ran down. Then there's so like halfway between you guys and the door are like a group of 3 guards who are like looking over where those 2 dead bodies are. And then like the rest of the way, like right around the door, there are another 3 guards like flanking the door. The door is open, and you can see that there's like torchlight and a number of like more guards, and you see like horses and wagons and stuff outside.
Does Thyxes' cloud Is it like hanging around, or is it like a hit and?
He hasn't done it yet.
It's gotta go.
because
It's
we
gonna
have
happen.
to
It's
buy-
gonna happen on his turn.
I'm just starting. I'm reaching in my pocket
He's like, it's
for
like
the orb.
coming. Yeah, it's like the orb is like warming up. He's gotta.
Oh, okay. I thought he. Okay. I am resistant to poison, but I am also at less than half hit points currently. So.
I have 3 spell slots left. I need one of them. Stop
I
it.
gave everybody good berries. Y'all got me fucked up.
I don't have any.
But Goodberry doesn't a Goodberry heal like 1 hit point?
Yeah.
Well, one can get you from half to more than half.
Sure.
It actually would.
Technically true.
It can get you from less than half to half.
Still wouldn't.
There's 10 of them.
Hey, look, it can get you from whatever you're at
But I can only
to
pick
that
one
plus
at a
1.
time, right?
+1.
Yeah, I think you can only take 1 at a time.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand here for 10 rounds. Oh.
The 6 guards are like,
It's like a large berry.
you're like,
Hold on a minute. Oh.
It's like pausing in Skyrim to eat 47 cheese wheels in the
Yeah.
middle of
hang on. It's Chewy. Hang on. What are you doing, Murderbeard?
Okay, so if I was at full health, I would maybe run into the poison where the poison cloud is about to be, but I'm not going to.
Well, you're not.
So that's gonna be. Man, I got these lovely Murderbeard themed dice, but they're real hard to read. 16 plus 6 to hit, which I hope hits.
Oh, yeah.
And that's 1d6 plus 3. I'm gonna use my fancy dancy pirate wheel die that the lovely Victoria gave me.
Nice.
See if I roll a pirate wheel. I didn't. I rolled a 5, close to a pirate wheel. So, 9 points of damage.
Okay, and you're shooting one of the, like, closer 3?
Yeah, just whoever's.
So you just fire off a crossbow bolt at the guy who had, like, turned and yelled back to the reinforcements outside, and he, like, turns around, and the crossbow bolt from your, like chest aiming level with the crossbow hits him sort of, like, midriff.
How far
okay.
away is the like reception desk counter thing?
From you guys, probably like 10 feet.
Okay,
but you remember remember the layout of the room that you're in, like it's sort of running like if you guys are like here, right? And the door is here. It runs like this way through the room. And like they're here, so it's like you can't. It's not set up in such a way that you can necessarily.
It's not gonna give me cover.
You could go you could theoretically go like through the door that leads into it and like get behind it over here, and then like they'd be on the opposite side of it from you. If you wanted to do that,
that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get. I don't know if I need to use like a disengage or a hide.
No, because you're not in melee with them, so you can just use your move, and that's easy enough. So you kind of like peel off to your right and like run, and like shoulder your way through the half door that leads into like the reception area. You kind of like slide to come up to like a firing position. They're only a couple of feet away from you because like they were right on the other side of the desk, and there is like a dead body back there with you. The guy that Rowan like stabbed through the opening. And you can see from this position, you can actually see like the dangling broken pieces of silver thread that he snapped to trigger this alarm. So you're able to get back there. Scylla, that is going to bring us to you as Murderbeard fires off this shot and dives for cover.
Okay. Can all of these dudes fit into a 20-foot square?
20-foot.
Like basically, like if there was it's not like a 3D. It's just a flat, like on the ground, 20-foot square. Is there a way that I could get like all of them or almost all of them in that?
Yes, I'm trying to visualize the size of that room to make sure it's large enough that you can place it like on them and not hit yourselves or Murderbeard. Like, it's definitely deep enough, right? So, like, you guys are in this, the hallway, right? So, like, from door to you guys is, like, 25-ish feet, right? So you can basically fill from, like, you can drop it on the door and not hit yourself with whatever this is. Width-wise, I think you're gonna, like, I think the width of that room was such that, like, depending on what this is, you're gonna be at risk of hitting Murderbeard with it. Because he's now even with them. Now, he's behind, he's got cover behind that thing, so I don't know what this spell that you're about to cast
Well, so
is.
the cover would not help him with this saving throw, because it's not Dex. I want to cast Entangle, which is a strength saving throw, or it causes people to be restrained, because my thought is restraining people makes it harder for them to do, like, dexterity saves, and I know that Thyxes is about to, like, just slaughter some people.
Okay.
So I wanted to, like, cast Entangle on them.
Okay.
And then, like, yeah, it's 20-foot square.
Then we'll say basically you covered the entire floor of this reception room. Like, they just, like, bursts into these, like, thorned vines everywhere. And, like, they, like, rush over this countertop and kind of fill the space that Murderbeard's in, but they don't quite reach back far enough to where the rest of you are standing right now.
Okay, so everybody who's affected by it has to make a strength saving throw, DC 15.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll for 6 guards independently.
And if they fail, they are restrained.
Okay, guard number 1.
Natural 20.
Okay. Guard number 1 rolls a 1. He fails.
Get fucked.
Guard number 2 rolls a natural 20. He succeeds.
Damn.
Guard number 3 rolls an 8. He fails. Guard number 4 rolls a 16. He succeeds. And guards 5 and 6 roll a nat 20 and a 1.
Oh,
Weird.
God.
Okay, so we'll say 5. 5 rolls a nat 1 and fails. 6 rolls a nat 20 and succeeds. So you have entrapped 3 of the 6 guards. 3 of them are still, struggle their way from the vines that are wrapping them, as well as Murderbeard.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, you know when you go to the beach and there's that nasty, like, furry, like, kelpy stuff? It's like that, and, like, seaweed just, like, comes up, and, like, seawater, like, burbles up from the cracks in, like, the stone, or, like, the floor, and, like, all of this stuff, like, wraps around them, and it's, like, slurps around their legs and restrains
I was
them.
envisioning, like, it comes up, and it, like, wraps, like, and it gets up to, like, their head level, and that, you know how, like, the velocity gets a lot faster when it gets to, like, the last little bit of it. So it, like, wraps, and then the last bit kind of goes, like, and just, like, smacks one of them in the face.
Yeah, so a restrained creature's speed is 0. They can't benefit from any bonus to their speed. Attack rolls against them have advantage. Their attack rolls have disadvantage, and they have disadvantage on dex saves.
Oh, yeah, I have it pulled up here, so I'll have it. If,
and
okay.
that space is difficult terrain.
Yes. So
Which
keep
is
that
the
in
bad
mind
part, but
yes,
yeah.
keep that in mind for you guys as you proceed.
I'm
okay.
staying at the back. I'm not moving.
All right, Rowan, that is going to bring us to you.
I'm torn because I want to run out there, but
So
I'm gonna heal myself because I'm
Okay.
not gonna be stupid tonight. Tonight, I'm just gonna do a level 1 cure wounds. I'm saving the other stuff for everybody else.
Alrighty, Nymue, that brings us to you as Rowan is healing herself.
All right. Can I get within 10 feet of one of them?
You guys are like starting within 10 feet of them.
Oh, great.
They're
Well,
about,
then I
the
will
closest guys are about 10 feet from
Perfect. I will use my Naginata's reach to just hit one.
you. Very good. Make an attack roll. Nymue just like thrusts this thing forward.
I one time played a bugbear that had a 10-foot arm reach, and it was real fun to just whack-a-mole people across the room.
So, do I have advantage on a restrained one, or am I hitting a non-restrained one? Who's closest to me?
You have that option, so you can pick a restrained one to attack if you want the advantage. Yeah.
Let's do that. Ooh. Well, 30-20.
That definitely hits.
All right, and then.
Do you want to attack the one that Murderbeard did some damage to already, or do you want to attack like a fresh one?
Nah. Let's take one out.
Okay. So you're attacking the one that Murderbeard attacked.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Go ahead and roll damage.
10.
10. So you just tiptoe right up to the edge of this line of seaweed and just thrust the Naginata forward to this partially mummied guard, and he's utterly helpless as you just put the blade into the center of his chest and just pull it back out, and he falls to the ground. Oh yeah, he's very dead. He's quite dead.
All right, I'll go for another one.
Okay. Roll to hit. So you probably have
just straight roll.
You probably have you probably have the option. So since they half and halved it, I'm just gonna make a dividing line in the group here.
I'll go for a regular one. Let's go for a regular.
So I'll say within the 10 feet of you, the two that are still alive, there's an unrestrained and a restrained one left.
I'll go for unrestrained.
Okie dokie. Roll to hit.
Oh yeah, natural 19.
Okay, that definitely hits.
Alright. So it's another 10 damage, but I'm gonna pump it with a telekinetic strike.
Alright.
4.
Okay. So you thrust the Naginata forward. You kind of catch... He's sort of this one's wiggling, trying to escape. And so you catch him, instead of dead center in the chest, you get him sort of in the rib cage, with the blade turned flat ways so that it kind of goes between a pair of ribs. And you pull the blade out, and as it comes out, the psionic pulse of energy ripples down the haft of the Naginata and erupts out of the blade, and from the slash that the blade is being driven out of, you see that the rib cage of this guard just poof, blows out sideways, and this person also falls dead to the ground.
Okay. Oops. All right.
Okay. Thyxes, that's gonna bring us to you. So
how many are actually still alive?
There are 4 of the 6. There are 4 of the the 6 still standing. Aura Veshta is staying within your group, holding her sword. Murderbeard has taken a shot and taken a defensive position. Scylla is currently controlling the battlefield with her magic. Rowan is seeing to some of her wounds before diving into the fray, and Nymue has just deftly with 2 quick thrusts dropped 2 of the guards, and then stepped back out of your way as you are front and center now to the remaining. There is 1 restrained guard about 10 feet from you, and then there are 3 more 10 feet from that, 10 feet further back at the door. 2 of them are restrained, 2 of them are free, 1 is restrained. The 3 guards total left.
So I'm committed now, so I'm gonna go ahead and launch it off. So that means that it's a 20-foot radius, 40-foot diameter.
Alright, so Murderbeard... Oh, wait a minute.
And I want to try to position it as far back as I can get it so I don't hit myself.
Unfortunately, the back, the front entrance of this... Well... No, I did say the door is open.
Yeah, can I launch it out the door? And if there's any other unexpected victims out front?
I think you can. I think you can. So 20 buddies. So these, you can get these 4, and you're gonna get Murderbeard. But you can get these 4.
When Nymue backs up, it's yeah, that was probably a really good idea.
You'll get these 4 and Murderbeard, and then you'll get anybody unfortunate enough to be standing within 20 feet of the front door of this building.
All right, that is a dexterity saving throw for anybody that was within that range. 15 is the save.
Oh boy, wow, they did good. Oh, actually, hang on. 2 of them are at disadvantage. Okay. We're gonna reroll.
Didn't roll bad. Didn't roll bad.
No, 3 of them rolled very well, but I'm gonna make 2 of them reroll because they're restrained. Oh boy.
That's pretty good, Michael.
Okay, so was that 15 is the mark?
15 is the mark.
Okay, it would have been an 18, an 18, a 6, an 18, an 18, a 15, and a 9. But instead, because they are restrained, it is instead a 15, a 9, a 1, and a 10. So 3 of the 4 guys inside fail their saving throw.
Everyone who fails takes 33 points of poison damage.
Holy!
If they succeed, they take 16 points of poison damage.
So here's the thing. You're actually, I know I narrated to you who succeeded and who didn't, but within story, I don't think you know, because you watch as 4 guards, like, this is poison. 4 guards just like fall to the ground, clutching their boiled and burned esophagi as they are killed instantly. And you hear some like screams from outside as well, as like you definitely got some people out there too. As this
got
like
really messy.
How did Murderbeard?
Yeah, how did Murderbeard
On a
do?
successful save with resistance, what am I?
you take
what am I
1 quarter
Take
damage,
8.
so you will take 8.
It's not great, but better than I had.
Murderbeard was like, "Oh, I'm a dwarf. I have resistance." And Thyxes was like, "Yeah, but I'm casting. I'm casting.
It's like, but I'm silent but deadly.
It's like I'm casting nuke, as it turns out." Okay, so this
Thyxes would probably sit there amazed and surprised at himself.
does this. Did you roll for wild magic?
I did not
Chat says,
urge.
Thyxes shall be he who dealt it. I just need to just point that out.
The poisonous cloud dissipates, and you just hear the like.
I know
Thump
what
of,
Michael's
like,
getting
bodies
for
hitting
Christmas.
the ground.
Shirt that says he who dealt it.
Alrighty, so well, let's pause the combat initiative, and then we'll keep to this initiative. We'll bring it up as it becomes necessary, like depending on how you guys play this. But for right now, you are standing in the empty lobby of Serengras, with a bunch of dead guards. And outside through the door, you can see like Thyxes took out a couple who were like closer, but there's at least a dozen guards still out there and like several wagons.
Hey, does anybody know if there's another exit to this place? Like a side exit?
I think we only have the way we came and
I
the
could-
main door.
I think I could clear the way if we think fast.
If we just
Um,
run.
Aora Vesh just says, how did you get in? Is it possible? Do any of you have magics to obscure the vision of the guards, and we can make a run for it?
I go over to one of the guards and I go, well, I can make them all look like this.
Can make all of us look like guards.
No, I can make all the guards outside look like this.
Oh, you're gonna kill everybody.
But that's about it.
I think going the way we came is the only way.
Yeah, I
I'll
think-
follow your lead wherever you guys came from. Take me back.
We're outside, and how far is it from the front door?
It was
to
like the opposite corner.
Was it
It's,
that far?
I mean, it's not like it's like
It's not close. But
it's like a football field's length. It's not like it's not like you got to run like a mile.
Mhm.
You know, it's
But we do gotta run.
you know,
Well,
maybe
they
not
are-
even a football. Maybe not even a football. Maybe like 50, 60 yards.
Likes us to look at the group and say, hey, I know this hasn't worked before, but let me try something really fast before we do this.
Okay.
And I'm gonna run into the brush that is still like all throughout the chamber, and I'm gonna grab one of the dead guards who's probably like just like still in the bramble, like all tied up, and I'm gonna kind of hold up one of his hands towards the door and like wave it, and I'm gonna cast message to the closest guy I can see out there.
Okay.
And Thyxes is going to say in his guy's mind, "Go! They went to the east entrance. The east entrance. You must stop them."
Oh man.
Murderbeard is gonna turn back to the group and quietly be like, "Is Thyxes puppeteering that dead body?"
I think I'm gonna let you do this.
Oh my god.
We're gonna let you do this. I am going to require you to make a deception roll
Fair enough.
at double disadvantage.
And afterwards,
I need you to roll. I need you to roll. I need you to roll 3d20 and take the lowest of those, as you are trying to persuade a bunch of guys that just like watched you murder these dudes.
No, I'm banking on the fact that they couldn't see because of all the weeds and stuff in the room. So.
Like,
Alright.
he's just holding up a guy's dead body. Is like, hey guys, everything's great.
This actually works. The dice tell the story. I rolled a natural 1 on my deception check.
Oh,
You do this. You like come to this. You come up. You go to the side of the door. You like hold the hand out. It's like in Toy Story where Woody is trying to convince the other toys that Buzz is fine, and from like off screen you're like, "Hey guys, it's me, your guard friend. Everything's fine." And then you like shift too far, and his like murdered corpse with his like naginata hole in his chest comes in front of the doorway.
Still bleeding wound.
I slowly turn around to the group.
Let's go.
Just as I expected.
And like,
Good work.
yeah, you just get that out of your mouth and do this as like, I'm gonna make.
Thyxes got player inspiration from chat.
Okay. Thyxes also. What's your AC, Thyxes?
Oh gosh, not very high. A 10.
Thyxes also gets hit by 3 crossbow bolts immediately.
Oh my gosh.
So Thyxes, you like do this bit in the doorway, and they take shots at you with crossbows like immediately. So you're gonna take 7 points of piercing damage. And I think since you're like at this doorway, I think what you see, Thyxes, is you see there's about a dozen guards still outside now. There are 2 wagons, each drawn by 2 horses, out there with these guards. There is one guard who is on like his own. He's like on a separate horse. And then one of the guards who is wearing like a more ornate set of armor, is like, as like these guys shoot this crossbow at you, he's like turned away from you, saying something to the guy on the horse. And so as you like get like nailed with a crossbow bolt and like retreat back behind the doorway, you see the guy on the horse like spurs the sides of the horse and takes off running, like back out the gates of Serengra towards like away from here towards the city.
Yes, I believe I actually made things so much worse. I'm sorry.
Okay, I have 3 questions. Number 1.
We don't have time.
Thyxes, what the fuck? Number 2, what's plan B?
So
Number 3, Thyxes, what the fuck?
Here's what I'm gonna say.
I know
As you guys are like regrouping, right? Like the 3 that hit Thyxes
Yeah.
were not the only crossbow bolts that were fired. Like a lot of basically all those dudes had their crossbows like trained on the front door and like took shots. So a bunch of them like you heard like plink off of the stone facing of this building. You can just hear like as you retreat back in, you hear as this horse like thunders away. You hear this like the distinct sound of like the fronts of several crossbows like thump hitting the ground, and the like ratchet of being reloaded. So
Can I
like
shove a good berry in Captain's mouth while this is all happening? Can I just be like,
Yeah, Thyxes,
Sure.
can you take a
so
berry?
basically the scene here is like Thyxes did this and took a bunch of arrows for it.
I shut the door.
But you guys have you can absolutely shut the door. Like you have a second here where like 12 dudes like have crossbows that they are currently reloading. So like you have like a split second to make a decision here about like what you want to
Then
do.
okay, then I guess we run.
Jesus!
I totally missed that. Running? We run.
wait, do we want to? What if I'm like basically full health? I could pass the Naporian to Rowan, and I could try to go out and distract their fire because I'm good.
Just if you're handing her to me, like let's roll, let's go. But we
Okay.
gotta get out of here.
Oh yeah, I'll hand her to you, and then I'm just running out. I'll just run out with Primal Savagery going, so I just have giant claws.
Alright, so Scylla, you are running towards these guys, and the rest of you are what? Running out and, like,
I'm
cheesing it for the grate?
I guess we're running towards the grate, yeah. Unless, do we want to take the wagon?
No.
No.
Do the sewers? Or the storm drain?
We
It
have
So, I
makes
mean,
them harder to track us.
Yeah,
think.
and like, I will say, getting, like, charging them, getting past them, and, like, getting in one of these wagons and going is gonna be a little bit difficult to pull off
I was just
before they,
thinking
like,
about chasing
reload
down
and
that
come back.
horse, but,
We can't
okay.
Grand Theft cart these guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Scylla is gonna charge at them as the rest of you stream off to your left as you come out of the door to go back, like, the way you came. Okay. Then let's have the fleeing group. Why don't you guys make athletics checks for me? See, like, how, like...
Can we be acrobatics?
No, I mean, if you can make an argument to me about why this is acrobatics, go for it.
Backflipping the whole way.
Because she is not a strong girl, but she's very fast and nimble and flexible and can bounce off trees.
Okay,
Nymue
yes,
is
I will.
skipping there.
On the grounds of Naruto running off of trees, I will give you the acrobatics check that you so
I have
desire.
a negative strength, honey.
Thyxes will immediately use his gifted player inspiration from chat.
Okay.
To take advantage on this roll.
With a +4, we have a 9. So...
A 9? Okay.
Okay.
What did you
Nymue,
guys just do?
Nymue, what'd you get?
A 10.
Okay.
Thyxes.
I rolled really low. I rolled a 4 + 6.
Thank you, chat. I got a 13. Thank you,
Oh
chat.
my god.
Okay. Does this help? I got a natural 20. Can we?
Yes,
please
it does.
tell me that helps?
Yes, it
Except
does.
You.
Yes, it does. No, it helps all of
No,
you
it's a group
because
check, right?
this is a group check. So the way that I and I don't,
Gosh.
again, this is maybe my home rule. I'll peel back the curtain here. The way that I have always handled group checks is that there's like a set DC, and like collectively, if more of you succeed than fail, like you all succeed. So the mark was a 10.
Oh.
So Nymue made it.
Oh.
Thyxes made it. Murderbeard, you failed. Rowan was like would have been like the deciding factor. With a nat 20, I count that as like 2 successes. So that like not only do you guys succeed, that actually like makes up for your like little dwarf legs that you're gonna fall behind. So like you guys start
grabbing
running.
him and shoving him with me as I run.
You're running. You're running. You're like Rowan with like one arm holding this body, just like pulls you along with them. The group
Come
of
on,
you,
stop
like,
yelling at me. We got time to talk about this later. Hurry.
sprint towards the grate. You kind of like clear the side of the building. You get towards like through the like manicured landscaping towards the sort of like brush that you know conceals that grate that you opened before. Scylla, what is your like? What's your plan here? As you're just like, are you just running and like biting the throat of the first guy you get to, or what? What's your plan?
Like so, I just want to like keep them, maybe a couple of them distracted long enough so that everybody else has a little bit of time without a dozen dudes shooting at them. So I'm just going full feral, and I will like cast Primal Savagery, like, if I can get to a dude within 30 feet, so that I just have, like, big fangs and claws out, and I'm just screeching, and I'm, like, fully feral, and just attacking, and trying to, like, freak them out. I don't know.
Make an
Getting the attention on
intimidation.
me.
Make an intimidation check.
Is it a charisma-based intimidation?
All intimidation is charisma-based.
Well, okay, I thought maybe this would be something else, but that's fine.
Okay, well, hang on. We have an opportunity here to do a house rule that I heard of that I thought was kind of cool. I did hear of a house rule in which you can theoretically make certain checks with different stats. If roleplay wise, you can justify the reason that it should be done so. So you're looking to make what kind of what stat are you trying to use on this intimidation?
I'm wondering if I can do something else because I'm using like the druidic spell casting to like make myself look like fucked up and scary. So, like, I don't know if it could be, like an arcana, like, or, like, something, like wisdom or something. Like, I basically am trying to do, like, spooky druid shit.
I maybe would have given you, like, strength. I think, though...
Can I throw one? Can I just pick up one of the dudes and throw them with my beefy Firbolg body?
I think how we'll resolve this is because you are, like, druidically modifying yourself, that you, like... I mean, to begin with, you're a Firbolg, so you're, like, several feet taller than all of these guys, and in, like, scary pirate clothes, right? And if you're, like, modifying yourself, that you come out, like, fangs and jaws extending, like claws coming out of your hands. Like, you look like a monster out of a nightmare coming out of this, like, seaweed-filled fog cloud, poison cloud encrusted area, right? Like, so from these guys' perspective, like, the room in front of them, like, a nightmare just happened, and then, like, a monster came running out of it. So I will...
reflective cat eyes, too.
I will say, I think it's still going to be a charisma-based intimidation, but I'm going to give you advantage because you have, like, thoroughly set a pretty intimidating figure for these guys.
I have a -1. Let's hope I roll good, guys. Okay, good thing I had that advantage, because the first die was a 2, the second one was 16, so -1 is a 15.
15, okay. So here's, let me make a couple of rolls real quick.
I'm gonna try to work on getting intimidation proficiency when we're at sea.
So here's what I think happens. You come charging out. Like, all of you, like, cheese it in this moment that they all go to reload their crossbows. Scylla, you come running straight at them. And you get the sense that these, like, cushy city guards are used to, like, kicking homeless people and chasing urchins off and, like, stopping pickpockets, right? Like, they are not equipped for, like, a 6'5" furred monster nightmare to come running straight at them. So, like, half of them, like, whoa, go to reload their crossbows and, like, try to bring them up to bear. Some of them, like, abandon and try to go for their swords, and, like, they just get, like, confused in this, like, jumble of, like, trying to respond as you come running in. The who you take to be, like, the guard captain does not. So these guys, like, begin to fumble. And, like, just before, like, you get into their ranks and really cause, like, chaos, this guard captain, like, shouts out a command. And several of them, like, instinctually, just respond to this, and he gestures towards where the rest of your party is, like, running for it. So 4 guys immediately, like, responding to this, like, peel off and give chase to your party. Of the remaining group, you, like, get up to them, and none of them respond fast enough to, like, get a crossbow up at you or anything like that. 2 of them are gonna take, like, poorly aimed swings at you. I'm gonna give them disadvantage as they're, like, kind of caught pants down here.
No, why have their pants down in the courtyard?
7 and a 5, so neither of them. So, like, 2 swords kind of, like, come from scabbards and whistle past you. But you manage to, like, disrupt them long enough that your friends make a break for it. Now, some guys are pursuing them, and you have closed the distance. You are, like, on top of one of these guys, basically, before they have had, like, a chance to respond. Depending on what you want to do next, like, you can tell that like, the moment of disorganization that you bought by this unconventional maneuver is not going to last, and, like, you are about to be dealing with, like, a significant amount of guys on, like, fighting just you.
Okay, then, you know what? I'm gonna do what I did before. Again, the guys that are... So there's the guys that are all, like, distracted, and then there's the guys that are, like, running for the party. I'm gonna cast Entangle on the guys that are running for my party, and then I'm gonna make my way to the party.
Okay. Alright, so there's 4 guys chasing the party, 8 guys, like, around you, and then, like, the guard commander, right?
Oh, maybe I should do it on the 8... Well, it's a 20-foot square. Can I get 8 guys in a 20-foot square?
You can get these 8 guys in a 20-foot square, because they're kind of...
Oh, I'm getting the 8 guys in the 20-foot square. I'm sorry to make you roll that much.
Oh, that's fine. Does this affect you? Because you're also in the 20-foot square.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, so the first 4, nobody rolled above a 10, so I'm gonna say they all fail.
My DC is 15.
And in the second 4, 1 guy succeeds. So of those 8 guys, 1 guy succeeds. Let me roll for the guard captain. He gets a 10. I don't think he's got a +5 to his dexterity. No. Okay, so the guard captain and 7 of his 8 dudes are entangled as with a series of extremely bad rolls.
Cool.
You cast this spell. 4 guards are still giving chase to your party, who are like crashing into the brush that you know contains the grate that they are about to like try and dive down.
I will step my way out of the difficult terrain and with the rest of my movement try to head towards them because they can handle 4 guys. That's fine. Nymue killed 2 immediately. She's good.
Alrighty. So.
GG.
Scylla, make an athletics check.
Oh, I have proficiency in that. 22.
22. You actually catch the 4 guys. Like, they're wearing heavy armor, so they're not moving especially fast. Like, you know, they're moving and they're trained guards, but like you are unencumbered by like armor and things like that. So like you sprint and you actually catch those 4 guys. Like they're running as you see like Murderbeard disappear into the brush, and you hear the rest of your party like crashing in. They're running ahead, and like one of them like turns, and like you're next to him. So you are now neck and neck with these other 4 guards. You like shoot a glance over your shoulder. You see the other ones are in the process of like trying to rip their way out of the entangling like seaweed and ocean plant life that you've wrapped them in. But they're tied up for a second, literally. What are you doing, if anything?
I mean, if I have the ability, I want to hit one of them.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they're about to take swings at you as well.
Oh, I'm gonna hit them with my claws, because I don't have any more wild shapes left. I'm doing my, again, primal savagery. I'm gonna bite somebody in the neck.
Okay, roll the hit.
Oh, not good. 11.
11 does not hit. You come running up behind you, attempt to like pounce and like on somebody, but they like see you coming, and this guy like kind of stumbles out of the way. 2 of them like skid and spin on their heels and are gonna face you. The other 2 are gonna keep going after the party. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go Scylla and these 2 guards. We're gonna go with initiative because things are getting a little complicated to not handle an initiative at this point. We'll stick with our same initiatives. I am gonna roll a new initiative for the guards because these are different guards. Oh boy, they rolled a nat 20. Okay. So, in this, as we enter this initiative here, 2 guards are going to...
It's been a good run, guys. We made it to 100.
2 guards are going to turn and take swipes at you with swords. That is Scylla, a 19 plus things.
Yeah, my AC's 13.
And, okay, well, then they both hit. So you're going to get hit twice. You are going to take 9 points of piercing damage. As these 2 guards like spin and stop. The other 2 are going to use their turn to dash. So you guys are like in the brush now. You're like gathering around. You kind of takes you a second to find where this grate is, and like as you guys locate it, these 2 guards come like crashing into the the like foliage underbrush with you guys. That's all they're going to be able to do, though. It is Aora's turn. She, again, is not going to do anything. She's just in with the group. She has her sword. Like, she'll hold an action. If, like, one of these guys rushes, she'll try and, like, stab him. But that's all she's going to do. Murderbeard.
Is there any, like, line of sight at all on any of these dudes?
Yeah, two of them have come into the underbrush with you. And are, like, quite close to you.
Okay. Take a shot at one of them.
Okay.
It's gonna be an 18 plus things.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits.
9 points of damage.
Okay, you fire your crossbow. You badly injure one of these swordsmen, these guards, but do not manage to incapacitate him, as he is still on his feet. Scylla, that is going to bring us to you. You are now facing two guards who are standing in between you and the line of brush where you know your companions are behind them.
Doing it again. I'm gonna try to bite one. Yeah, that's gonna hit. That's a 22.
Oh, yes.
And that does 2d10. 8. That does 8 poison damage as I bite one of them.
You bite into him. He screams and shoves you off of him. And a hand, he kind of throws his non-sword hand to staunch what you can see is a badly bleeding bite wound in his neck, but he is still alive.
And I guess if I move, I would take 2 opportunity attacks from them.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll go. I'm fine. I literally have so much HP right now.
Alrighty, so you run forward. Ooh. One of them crits you, and the other one rolls 18.
I have a lot of. I'm okay. My human form is basically untouched, so.
You take 7 points of piercing from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And from the other, you take 3 points of piercing.
Okay.
And you just push through the both of them, kind of knocking them aside. And then I'll rejoin bust into the clearage. So you come sprinting into this foliage, and you basically almost run straight into the back of the other 2 guards. So now the grate has all your people gathered around it. The 2 guards are right in front of them, and you're smack in between, behind those guys. You guys are all within 5-10 feet of each other. It's very cramped in here.
That's much
okay. The restrained guys have to make saves to get out, right?
Yeah, so they can use their action to make a strength... let me actually pull up the exact language. They can use their action to make a strength check contested by my save DC.
Cool. All right, it's not quite their turn yet, but I just wanted to make sure. Rowan, 2 guys are in front of you. Murderbeard has just shot one. Scylla has, barreled up behind these 2. It is your turn. What are you doing?
Stabby stab.
Okay. Are you putting down the body that you're carrying?
Yeah, I probably, as soon as we got to the gray, I probably would have put her down, knowing that they were coming.
Okay, so you kind of drop her. Okay, that's fine. You would have been
gently put her down.
At disadvantage otherwise.
Not dropping her. Gently putting her down.
Okay, so you set her to the ground and charge into these guys.
16 plus 5 to hit.
Oh yes, that hits for sure.
Okay. Is 9 points of damage.
All right, you are you attacking the one that Murderbeard shot or the other one?
Probably the other one, because I'm hoping to just take them down bit by bit.
So you slash across. He moves his sword up to guard, but with a quick piece of sword work, you sort of outmaneuver Shikai around his blade and thrust forward and drive a line across. You see it cut through the pieces of his chainmail armor, and you see blood drawn within as you injure him pretty badly across the chest. Anything else you want to do?
make sure Thyxes is behind me and pull out my shield.
Okay. Alrighty. Scylla. No, sorry, Nymue. That brings us to you.
Sorry. Remind me, because Nymue wasn't here, so I don't retain this information. Is the grate closed currently?
No, we pushed it out.
They took it out when they...
We just pushed it off, and then we didn't...
So there's like a slightly larger than person-sized, like, opening in the ground that is, like, you could go down into.
Is there a ladder, or is it just, like, a straight drop down?
I think we had... I'm trying to remember. I think we narrated that it was, like... It's not super deep, so like you could like go down and into it. It's not like you have to climb down or jump down. You just kind of like crawl down into it.
All right, I'm going to also position myself in front of Thyxes.
Okay.
On the other, like kind of get him a wall so he can go down first and stabby stab with reach.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll to hit.
Alrighty. 16 plus 6 to hit.
That will hit.
That is 6 plus 7 damage.
Okay. You're gonna do a secondary attack?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, like the first one is dead.
All right,
So
great.
before we launch into the narration, why don't you make the roll on the second one, and we'll do it in one shot. We'll do it cinematically after we see if you kill them both.
Ooh, natural one. Nope.
Ooh, okay. So like Rowan runs up and like exchanges like a quick flurry of blows with the one, slashes across him, and then like hauls her shield up and around and like interposes herself between these two. And you basically you like kind of step up, and as she's sort of like blocking with the shield, you just like thrust forward with the naginata like over her shoulder and like hit one of the guys in the neck. The one that had like, he's got like a Murderbeard arrow in him, so he's kind of like favoring one side. His guard has dropped on that one side, and you slip the naginata right past that and put it in like the opening between his chest armor and his helmet, and it just gets him in the neck, and you rip outward, and he drops immediately to the ground. He gives one kind of last, like, and makes no further sound. You sort of, like, whirl around to come and try and, like, do this over the other side, but as, like, Rowan and this guy are, like, juking each other, you don't think you can quite get the, like... You don't want to risk, like, hitting Rowan, so you kind of, like, hold
careful
off.
with that thing!
Yeah, it's the back butt of it. Shit!
Okay. Thyxes, that is going to bring us to you.
Thyxes is bleeding profusely. He can feel the warmth of blood running down the back of his very tight pants.
No.
Can I see the guy on the horse from where I am?
The guy that, like, galloped away? No, he's, like... And
I guess
he's like away and went in the opposite direction from you guys. Like you guys are heading like down through this grate through the grounds and out to like the beach. That guy went like the other way up towards the city.
That was the captain of the guard?
No, the captain of the guard is still back where Scylla left him. As far as you know, he was not mounted. But you can't see him from here because the brush like obscures your vision back that way.
Thyxes dodging Nymue's attacks. He's going to pull something out of his pocket. And he's like, "Oh, thank you so much, Scylla." And he's gonna start munching on a good berry, and he's gonna dive into the grate.
You're welcome, Thyxes. And I give Murderbeard a very pointed stare.
Alrighty, so Thyxes eats a good berry, and dives into the exit. The guards, back top of the order. Let's roll. Do some rolls first. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, and for this boy. Alrighty. Scylla, you're the closest, so you hear the like ripping and wrenching as these guards begin to break out of your entanglement spell, and like boots begin to charge towards you.
still difficult terrain.
Yes,
they're
not gonna get to you guys this turn, because they can only move their 30 feet and they've got to cross the difficult terrain. So like you hear them coming, but they don't get here. The only ones you have to deal with are the 3 that are still here, or the 3 that are still here. So the 2 who were like right on your tail, they come in. Rowan is gonna take an attack from the one that she's fighting. That's gonna be a 2, so he misses. And Scylla is gonna take 2 attacks from the guys that catch up with her, and that's an 8 and a 2, so both of them miss. So no successful guard attacks this round. But one other thing does happen. Or maybe it doesn't. It does not. Nothing else happens. That is going to bring us back to the so Aora. Aora, seeing Thyxes like take the lead, is like, yes, good. This is I'm pro this plan, and she follows him down into the grate. Murderbeard, what are you doing? There are there's one guard between Scylla and you guys, and then there's 2 more guards behind her, and then there's like a bunch of guys further back coming. You can hear them.
Shoot the guy between us and Scylla.
Okay, roll the hit.
16 plus things.
Oh yes.
He's only going to take 5 points of damage.
Theoretically, you can sneak attack him because he's engaged. I'll save you the time. He's dead regardless.
Okay. Well, then...
You hit him like in the eye with your arrow, and he just like his head snaps back, and he is sort of like he hits Scylla on the way down from the impact of the bolt, and just like falls to the side. But he is very dead.
And then I will make my way towards the exit.
Okay, down into the grate. Scylla, that is going to bring us to you. So this corpse hits the front of you and falls to the ground, and there are 2 guards directly behind you.
Okay, so Murderbeard is in, the lady is in.
Murderbeard, Aora, and Thyxes are in the grate.
Thyxes is in.
Rowan and Nymue and the body of Akiko Botan is with you guys still.
And Nymue does not look that hurt. She's got a couple.
And Rowan looks much better after healing herself still, so we're all good.
I will look at my lady friends and I'll just nod to them. I'm gonna pick up the Naporian lady, and I'm gonna carefully try to navigate my way down the tunnel.
Okay, so you're gonna take some attacks of opportunity as long as you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. An 18 and a 4.
The 18 hits.
Yes. You take 2 points of piercing damage.
Still double digits.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm grabbing the lady and going.
All right, and you navigate. You kind of worm your way. It's a little. You kind of have to go in first, and so it's a little undignified. It's a tight space. You have to sort of drag the body down in after you.
She's a husk. She doesn't care about dignity.
You're able to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Rowan, your turn. So the guy that you were fighting was killed. Murderbeard shot him from behind you. There's 2 guys who took swings at Scylla as she charged past. You hear her dive down, and you hear the scrape of the corpse follow her down into the grate. So you know that she is down as well, leaving I think just you and Nymue up here.
Yeah, I'm going to swing at whatever guy is stupid enough to get close to us right now.
Okay. You would have to. You can hold an action, or you can take a 5-foot step forward. Because they're 10
still.
feet. They're 10 feet from you because they were behind Scylla, so they're not melee to you yet.
Yeah, I'll just wait till they get close to swing.
Okay.
I want to stay right near the opening.
Okay.
Of the thing, and I want to stay right near Nymue.
And
So you
Nymue
just-
has a 10-foot
You just
range.
hold your action.
Yeah, so I'm just ready to. Whoever gets close, Nymue will
Cool.
have her turn, and then I'll swing
Yep.
whenever they get.
Good
Okay.
call.
All Alrighty. That brings us to Nymue.
All right, with my reach, I'm just going to stab the first one.
Okay.
Be nice. That's better. That's 12 plus 6, I believe. 6. 12 plus 6.
That hits.
So it's 14 damage.
Okay. Instantly, just poof, with a swipe of the Naginata, you kill one of those 2 guards, leaving the last one
Cool.
standing.
Stabby stab! Ooh, I'm not sure if that hits. 13 total.
13 total does not hit. Is blocked by his armor.
Alright.
The second he gets closer.
I will, do I go down? Okay, I'll jump down.
Okay.
We literally came all this way to get you out.
I
and
know,
You're not gonna get
like-
that far away between.
I'm still really good hit point wise.
I'm good now too. I'm
Rowan
revealing
has
myself.
Rowan also has like probably the highest AC of all of us, so like she's the best one
True.
to be the last one in.
And I have my
True.
shield, and yeah, like I can. I have.
Okay,
I have
I
some
follow my party.
Okay, so
Good.
you
So.
down into this game. Okay, so that's going to bring us to Thyxes. But unless, like, let's handle it this way. Like, everybody who's in the tunnel already, are you guys, like, waiting until everybody's down before you start going? Or are you just, like, once you're in, you're just, like, going for it?
Thyxes would just probably assume that everybody else is following, so
Okay.
he would just probably
So you're
start
just
running, and I'm going to use my action to eat another good berry.
Okay, no problem. So you begin to move away. Okay. Top of the order is guards. So here, now, something happens. Didn't happen last turn. It's going to happen now. The guard, that guard is going to take a step forward, Rowan.
So I can use my held action.
That will trigger your held action if you want to take an attack at him.
Yep. Oh, what is that? Oh, good. It looked like an 11, but it's a 17 on the dice plus 5. Should I?
No, you're good.
Yeah. And see, that one kind of failed me last time. Let me use this one. That's 8 damage.
Okay. You like slice into him, and he drops dead to the ground. Okay. So here's the thing that happens. A figure like bursts through the brush from the grounds, and you see that guard captain. And he like scans the area. He sees the like corpses just like ringed around this grate that like these guys tried to stop you, and he sees just you, Rowan, standing there. And he raises a hand and he points directly at you. And he goes, "Halt!" And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as a surge of magic comes off of him.
Honey,
A wisdom save?
Wisdom saving throw.
honey.
Thank God it's a saving throw and I'm proficient. That's 19 plus 4.
Okay. He throws a
This dice is my new best
command.
friend. Nope.
The command spell flings towards you. You hear the magic rush over you, and you feel the compulsion try to grip you as this halt. And you feel your body begin to lock up and refuse to move as he commands you to stay still. But you are willful.
I'm pissed. It's not
You
willful,
are
I'm just
pissed.
Uses counterspell. No.
You have trained. That's right. You have trained your mind as well as your body for this exact type of thing. Your will not be bent by another. It doesn't matter what the rest of the guards are doing, because they're just running to catch up this round. You are going to be the next one to take an action, as he has commanded you to halt. It is now your turn.
I fake freeze a little because I get what he's trying to do.
Sure.
And then I go, I didn't listen to my mother. I'm not listening to you, and I swing.
All right. He's not melee to you. He's like he's like at the edge of the clearing. He's probably like 10, 15 feet from you.
Ooh, that. No, instead of swinging at him, I'm just gonna flip him off and jump down the hole.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to grab the grate as I go, and I know it's like we push I don't think we necessarily like broke it completely off. We broke one side to push it open.
You sort of like broke the hinge that was holding it, so like you can put it back over. It's not going to be like secured.
Just an extra, just an extra little annoyance to him. Kind of like how people throw chairs and people chasing them. I'm like,
an extra fuck you.
He
word the double bird.
He halts
too far to swing at,
and you sort of like freeze and then like give him a face and then just jump into the grate and like begin to go. As you like slide down, you see him like surprised. You don't think that he's used to like using this and people not listening. And so he like takes a half a step towards you as you like shimmy down, and you see him like, and he starts to turn, and as he does, you see him make a gesture with his hand as if like it's almost as if he's like pulling aside a curtain, and he speaks another word, and as he turns away from you and you like shimmy down into this grate, the air where his hand passes ripples, and as if he's like peeling a curtain that is made of like reality around him, he like peels this, and this like a full warhorse made of like semi-solid sort of like spectral stuff like comes out of it, and you slip down as you see him like throw his leg over and jump onto the saddle of this horse and spur it and take off in the other direction, and you are down into the grate.
Sir, this is a sewer pipe.
So
wait, so he's like exit. Well, we don't see this, but he's like leaving the premises.
Rowan sees him like you guys go down. Rowan sees him go
away. Where the other horse went.
Like as if he's like,
oh no,
going to go get someone or like go head you off or something like that. Like he's not like, I'm gonna drive my horse into this sewer grate. He like summons this like this semi-real horse and like jumps on it and like speeds off like away from you guys as like the last of you escapes into this grate.
Oh god, that's really scary, because if that's the spell I'm thinking of, he's... Oh god.
Yeah,
So...
we run away from him.
Rowan's having doubts about her life decisions and keeps running.
You hear the clip-clop of hooves as he goes away, right?
So wanted a piece of that guy.
We're out of initiative. You guys are like crab crouch running. You can't fully stand upright in this grate, but you like are moving pretty quickly through this. Out of initiative, so like free action. Take it away.
I grab one of Scylla's good berries out of her hand.
Thyxes had 5, so I mean, he could also share.
By now, I ate 4 of them.
I'll hand you my 2, Rowan.
I just want one to balance me just a little higher, because I know.
I'll give you one.
Like I want it, but like I just need one more to feel better.
Scylla originally give us?
Okay, so originally Thyxes had 5, Captain had 2, and I kept 3. I think I gave 2 of my 3 to Nymue.
Yeah.
So I just gave one to Rowan, so each of us have one.
We each have one.
Yeah, but the 3 of us have probably the most HP and are doing okay right now.
Captain could also eat some. He could eat his 2 good berries
for 2 points and then keep running. Okay.
Okay. So you guys, you're just running to the other end of this grate, right?
Yeah, I'm following my party.
Okay. It takes you a couple of minutes. Thyxes, you emerge first. Aora is directly behind you. Like you guys like come out of this opening and you see the like. At this point, I think it's probably returned to its normal size, right? Like this grate. it's
I purposely kicked it off into the
yeah,
sand.
it's like in the sand, but it's like full size again, but it's off. But you see,
I
it's
just wanted
like
to make sure
laying.
it wasn't.
No, it's not. You're not like blocked in again. Like it came out when you shrunk it and like threw it to the side. It's like full size again, but it's like off to the side. So you come like out onto the beach. Aora Vishtan is like right behind you guys, like just sort of like breathing hard. She's got this like sword, which she's not used to, like lugging a sword while she runs. And one after the other,
Thyxes will just stay there at the grate and just like hurriedly help everybody out.
Yeah, it doesn't take long, right? Like you guys kind of one after the other, like like all five of you and the and Aora like clear this pipe, and you're out on the beach. What are you doing?
Hey, now what? Now what?
Where's our ship?
The docks. We need to
Run
get
to
to
the-
the. We need to get back to the
slavers.
market.
We gotta get the orcs out.
And the key for the lockbox to try to find where they sent the other Naporians.
Okay, let's go.
Aora is so you guys are like heading towards the market. Okay, so you guys like begin to run towards the market, right? You're like skirting around the like. So you guys are coming. You come up. I guess here's the question, right? So you guys, if you look at the map here, that thing on the little peninsula in the center of the map there, that's Serengra, right? You guys came out of that grate on like the western shore here. How like what is the route that you're taking? Are you going along? You going north and around this little inlet and back up that way? Are you like you could theoretically try and go like you could go across the water, swim, something, you know, whatever. Like what path are you taking to get back to the markets? How do you want to route yourself through the city?
I think going back north would be a bad idea, wouldn't it, guys? I mean, isn't that where everybody was retreating to?
We don't know where they were going, but we have to get the orcs out.
Captain, can't you summon fish friends to help us?
What if we send Aora and
man.
what if we send like a couple people to the boat, and the rest of us run to the market? I don't want to split the party though.
I mean, I can. I'm just confused as to how that's going to help us.
To get across the channel.
They'll get me across the quicker than me swimming, Captain. That's for sure.
Because it's shaped like this. So instead of having to walk around, we could just go across.
Cross. Yeah.
I mean, I can try.
You
They-
can
they
you
won't
can
expect
try. You're gonna have
I
to
don't have
successfully
water
do it.
walk, so I can't.
So the Trident of Fish command, we've sort of like we've messed with how this works exactly, right? Because like technically it just allows you to like
I only
dominate
have 3
sea
charges,
creature.
So
So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna have you roll a d20. And I think how we'll handle it, and remind me that this is how we're gonna do this from now on. Like when you're using it like this. You got 3 charges, roll 3 d20s, and each of that will represent if you are able to, like, Aquaman style, like, summon something of suitable size to, like, carry you across.
okay, first one is a 10.
A 10, okay.
The second one is a 12,
Okay.
and the third one is an 18.
All right. You take the Trident of Fish command, and you, like, run over to the shore, and you just, like, smack the end of it into the water, and you release the magic, and after a few moments, what arrives with a 10, a 12, and an 18, what arrives is a dolphin on the 18, a dolphin. On the 12, a sea turtle. Not a huge one, though. Like, kind of a normal-sized sea turtle. And on the 10, I think just, like, a little, like, collectively, like, like a school of, like, pretty small fish show up. And you sort of, like, even though it's, like, a lot of organisms, you sort of, like, grab them all together with that one use of it. But they're, like, functionally useless for moving a person. The dolphin could probably like bring 2 people across pretty quickly. Somebody could like make decent time like hanging onto that sea turtle. And that's about as good as you're gonna do.
Here's the question: how long of a trip is it? Because I think it only lasts for a minute.
I can speak to animals. I have speech of beast and leaf, so if after it ends, I could try to convince the dolphin to help us.
I think don't worry about that. Like, it will last long enough to do what you need to do in this narrative instance. Like, I'm not gonna like get my undies in a bunch about like, well, that's exactly 873 feet across this channel, and it takes this. Like, that's I'm not concerned about that, right? Like, you use this item that you have, like, it will last just long enough to get the job done, to get people across this channel.
Okay.
But you can't, you have, like, too many people that you're not going to be able to move everybody.
I'm fine to swim.
You're probably not, because you're wearing heavy armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you need.
But I
and
also
one
don't
of you-
trust everyone else's
Someone needs
strength.
to carry the body.
I can swim with the body. I don't need a fish to help me. I think I can.
Swim. She's an island girl.
So then why don't we do Nymue and Scylla helping to get the body across?
Okay.
Have the can the dolphin help Rowan?
Yes.
Have the dolphin help Rowan,
Thyxes will
And
take
maybe-
the sea turtle.
and then Captain can get the second dolphin ride.
Okay. And Aora, like, she'll swim. She's like, she's like, that's fine. I can
Yeah,
swim.
that bitch needs to figure her shit out.
She's like, I'm not Aqualass, but I'll figure it out. She's like, I'll swim.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys set off. This is not like you're not like motorboat speed, right? Like, several of you are just swimming, and swimming while like dragging a corpse. So this is not immensely fast, but it is certainly faster than you would have if you had to go all the way like around the inlet and back down. You are coming up on the like south, like the southeast side of the wall that surrounds the Temple of Nasum. Takes you, let's call it 10 minutes to swim like this little inlet. Not a terribly long time, but a kind of a long time to like really be like trying to swim. Like, it's a very tiring process. As you guys are like making the shore on the west side of the inlet, bells begin to ring in the distance throughout the city. Boom, 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 boom. From where you are, that's all you see or hear. You hear these bells, and like when the first one starts, like more begin to ring, and like fairly soon there is like a cacophony of like alarm bells throughout the city have begun to ring. But you have made the shore on the west side of this little inlet. You are on the southeastern, outside the southeastern wall of the Temple of Nasum. And you will remember that, like, from where you are, you either need to go directly west or go north and then west to, like, get around the Temple of Nasum, and then north up into the markets to get back to where the orcs are being held prisoner.
I think we should go north and then west so that we are. There's no buildings on like the
There's no cover.
the
so
side
more
the side
time-
of the
yeah,
wall that we're on. There's no like really buildings there, right? So if
This
we go
like very backside that you're on, no, you're just kind of like going through dark,
Yeah, I agree.
uneven like, so the terrain is going to be a little difficult. It's going to take you a little longer to go that way than it would like getting to a street and just running pell-mell. But it is like quieter and more concealed in this direction.
Yeah, the less attention we can
Yeah.
potentially surprise the market.
Alrighty, so you guys run north. Takes you maybe another 10 minutes to like navigate through the like not particularly maintained like kind of shoreline with its uneven breaks and rocks and brush and things like that. But eventually you make the northeastern tip of the wall that surrounds the Temple of Nasum, and you like come through a small copse of trees, and you see like the cluster of buildings and the main road ahead, the one that you followed up to the east as you were coming around to head towards Sarengrass. So you know if you head, if you like turn left at this street and start going that way, it starts leading you back towards the market. I think what you see at this point is that like all of the lamps are lit on all the streets. So it's like pretty decently well lit on the streets of this city. And as you guys are like coming up to this like clearing and like about to like breach the buildings towards the road, like a pair of Imperial guards like thunder past on a pair of horses. The city is on high alert.
Should we run or try to sneak through the alleyways to get there?
I stay out of this conversation because I am noisy. Let you guys decide.
Sneaking is definitely not a strong suit of mine, but
Me and Murderbeard, me and Captain can sneak pretty good if we need to just get them out.
Captain, do you need to get a little pick me up before that?
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Okay, come. I'm gonna. How you're pretty low, yeah?
16 of 43.
Yeah, I don't like that.
wow.
I'm gonna use my last second level cure wounds on you.
I'll hand you my other good berry.
17 of 43.
Yeah, no, that's not comfortable. I don't like that feeling.
Thyxes will also cast Mage Armor on himself at this moment.
Oh, there you go.
Sort of, like,
That's
armor
16
Think
points.
of that. Didn't think of that before you got shot with all the arrows.
Stop.
No, the problem was
Okay,
I
and
got,
we don't have
got
time for this.
dispelled.
We don't have time for this. 16 points of healing to Murderbeard. Go.
Can I turn to Aora while they're doing heals and say, "We got you out of here.
You
Do
do.
you have a way to help us get you out further?"
she says, this is my home city. I know the streets. I can lead the way, and where are we going? How are you? How are we?
Where the orc's cage was. Can you get us there quietly and quickly?
She says, yes. I suppose. She says, but how are you? How are we to flee? We need to leave the city eventually. Do I have a way out of the city?
We
Yeah,
have
we have a way.
She says, the docks. Okay. Yes. Hang on. Let me think. And she's like looking, kind of like see her like looking. She's, oh, okay. All right. If we cross this street here, and go, she points like beyond the street into like the kind of wooded area beyond. She says we can cut through there, and head to the northwest. It will come out on the other side, close to the northeastern corner of the market where the slave pens are. We can get there without having to run through any of the streets.
Right.
If the guards are looking for us.
Let's do that. Let's go.
Is the slave market this open space that's to the left of all of these trees on the map on the screen?
So yeah, to the left of all of the trees on the map, that big open area is like the Grand Market. The slave markets themselves is like this little, like northeastern like corner. You see where there's like a little corner here where there's like two kind of entryways and that little like divided piece of buildings. That piece is the slave markets.
Gotcha.
That's like specifically where you guys are headed.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I will follow.
Alrighty. So, what is the pace here? Are you guys just like as fast as you can running? Are you sneaking? Like, I'm gonna ask for a roll, but what kind of roll depends on how you want to approach this. You can go, faster at the expense of stealth, or you can go slower at the expense of, or you can be more stealthy at the expense of speed. Basically, it's kind of
I think we should
your
go
options.
faster because we're in the woods. If we're concealed by the woods, I think that's a chance for us to like pick up the pace of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So everybody make. I'll give you the choice. You can do either an athletics or acrobatics. Acrobatics is kind of a misnomer in this situation, as it's I'm looking more of like, what is your strict like sprinting speed, or like how nimbly are you navigating the sort of like foresty area here. So I'll leave it to you guys of which one like you want to make each.
Natural 20.
Ooh, okay, good.
26.
Was that Russell?
15.
15 for Russell? Okay. 17 for Thyxes? Okay.
19.
19?
14.
14, okay. And
Should I roll
Aurora.
at disadvantage if I'm carrying the dead body?
No, we've established she's like weighs nothing.
carrying
You're
weight.
pretty
Okay.
big, yeah.
Yeah.
Aora will roll as well. She also gets a 15. Okay, everybody does fine. You guys, it only takes you guys maybe another 10 minutes, 15 tops to like run through this like little wooded area here. It's not like it's wilderness, right? Like it's like a little forested area in the middle of a city. So it's like pretty, there's a lot of like walking paths and things like that. You know, here like the brush has been cleared away. So it's basically just like navigating the topography of the terrain and you know, things like that, not running headlong into a tree in the dark. But you guys navigate this just fine. You breach the other side of the line of woods out onto like the open street, and you can see like the back of the line of buildings on the other side. As you guys like breach out, Aora says like, one of the main trade roads runs north-south on the other side of these buildings. On the far side of that is the entrance to the markets.
All right.
Let's go get that lockbox and try to create as big of a scene as possible in our wake.
Well, if we get the orcs out, we have help.
Yes.
Kind of.
I'm gonna go straight for the Goliaths or orcs. I can't remember what they are.
That works.
There works.
I'm gonna go straight for the orcs.
Alrighty. Okay, so at this point, again, same option. How are you approaching this? Are you trying to slip between buildings and get unseen, or are you just making a flat-out run to get to those cages as fast as you can?
How far is it?
This time.
I feel like stealth is better this time.
Like, it's... You know, it's maybe 60 feet to, like, these row of buildings, and then, you know, you have to run basically straight across the open, like, the road to the other side, and then get into the markets. And so it's basically, like, a couple of sort of, like, points of cover you can, like, run between, broken apart by, like, completely exposed sprints across, like, open ground.
Yeah, I say we are a little more
Yeah.
careful going through the city so we can at least get up to these cages without
Yeah,
being...
with the alarm and the bells going off,
Yeah, yeah,
everybody
yeah.
will be looking for us if we just
Yeah,
run out
yeah.
there and.
I agree.
Okay. So everybody go ahead and make a stealth check for me, collectively. Aurora rolls an 18. She's very stealthy.
Not good.
Uh-oh.
Oh, thanks is God. Dang.
19 for
Nineteen.
Thyxes.
Okay, good.
17.
17 for Murderbeard.
18.
18 for Nymue.
3.
3 for Scylla. Okay.
I have a body. I can't be stealthy holding a body.
I got a 13 this time.
Okay.
That's with disadvantage for with my stealth because of the clanky clank.
Okay.
Clanky, clanky.
Here's kind of how this shakes out. So you guys like make a run for it, right? You like run up, you get to the back of this first row of houses unseen. As you get to the street, you kind of like peek out. There's people like kind of all over the place at this point, right? Like the bells are ringing in the city. You hear like shouting coming from like different areas, like a block over. You hear like, as it sounds like that, like the Imperial Guard has been like mobilized in the city to like find whoever has just like raided their magical institute and murdered a bunch of people, right? So like they're out in force. You hear the troops like moving through the city. And the common people of the city are like, so there's a lot of people like in doorways and like leaning out, like looking out windows, like some shit is going down. Like people are curious. So there's people everywhere. You guys like make your run. You like make a break for it across this street. You kind of like wait. A patrol of like a half dozen guards like comes like running down the street. And, like, as soon as they pass and, like, go around, you guys, like, dart across the street. Some folks definitely see you guys, right? Like, you're 6 people and a dead body running across a street. And there's just, like, people. Like, they see you, for sure. But, like, the guard went past, and I think, like, the confusion is enough that, like, nobody necessarily does anything. Like, nobody calls out to stop you. Nobody's like, it's them, right? Like, the whole, like, everybody doesn't know who you got, like, what's going on, right? So they just, like, some people see, like, a bunch of people go running past. Nobody does anything, but, like, some folks definitely saw you. Specifically, like, the 6-foot whatever Firbolg carrying a body.
Well, I'm 7'5". I'm big.
The 7'5" Firbolg carrying a body. Like, probably hit her head on the, like, the signpost of, like, a tavern on the way across the street. Like, that's how big she is. Like, some people saw a goddamn Bigfoot just run across the street. Like, it happened.
Cryptid spotting.
But you guys make it, like, into the market. You hear people, like, around. The markets are all closed and stuff like that. But, like, the commotion has definitely begun to attract, like, merchants back to their stalls to, like, check, you know, that things are locked down. So, like, you don't see anybody immediately, but, like, you hear people, and you definitely hear the distinctive, like, thump-thump march of, like, guards, like, moving into the area to, like, secure the markets. But you do... The rest of you, like, did well enough that even though, like, somebody spotted Scylla, the group check was good enough that you guys get back to those pens without running into any trouble. And you guys, like come, like, running into this area, and immediately you guys see, like, Macrawl, like, was kind of, like, sitting. He, like, stands up and steps right to the, like, the grate and is, like, looking at you guys.
I mind link with him. I'm like, get ready. We're going to need your muscle real quick.
I grab the sword from Aora Vesta and I hold it, like, kind of ready to hand off.
She seems happy to, like, have it taken from her.
I flip her my dagger. I'm like, here, this might be more your speed.
She takes that and she's like, yes, thank you. Okay. So Macrawl kind of stands there, and he says, via your mind link, he says, the bars of the cage are reinforced. They are beyond my ability or that of my bulls to break. Can you find some way to open them?
Working on it. Murderbeard, I need your lockpicking.
Alright. We're gonna do this. I have to do something very important first.
Yeah, okay.
Much better.
Much better. There it is.
Okay, let's do this.
Oh my gosh.
Aora, as Murderbeard switches hats, I think Aora Vesta's like, oh, you are pirates! Oh no!
Commissioner! Commissioner, there was another man!
She
we confuse the guards because it's the wrong dwarf.
She shakes her head. She says, "No, I am kidding. I assume that you are outlaws or criminals of some sort. You came in and murdered a bunch of girls. It's fine. We need to get out of here immediately." And Macrawl takes several steps back as, like,
he puts on his hat.
Like, from his perspective, you were like, we're working. He's like, I cannot break down the door. Can you? And you were like, we're working on it. And then you like turned and said something in a language he didn't understand to this dwarf, who like very pointedly switched hats and then cracked his knuckles. So McCrawl and his bulls like take several steps back from the door, like they assume this dwarf is about to like rip the whole thing off or something.
A cannon out of his pants. Alright, sleight of hand check, right?
Yes, a sleight of hand. Technically, it's a tool. It's a like a tool proficiency check, but it would be the same. It's like the same roll as your sleight of hand.
18 plus 6.
Okay, so you run over there and you sit down and you like kind of take a look at the lock on this cage. You slip your picks into it. You begin to like kind of feel around for the tumblers in here, and it takes you with an 18. I think you do it pretty quickly. Takes you
Well,
maybe
it's 18 plus 6.
Oh shit! With a 9,047, you do it pretty quickly. It probably takes you like 20-30 seconds tops to like, okay, that and that one and that one and turn, and you hear the satisfying like of the lockpick open, and you swing the gate, and the 9 orcs who are inside here step forward and step out into the open space.
Well done, Captain.
I give Mokral the longsword immediately.
He takes it. It's like it's almost like comically
Small.
small.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
we've got right now.
he's like he kind of looks at it and he goes here, and he hands it to one of the other bulls, who's like a little smaller than him, and takes it, and it's like slightly less ridiculous in that one's hand. And he kind of like
sword too. Whoever wants it.
one of the other orcs will take it. McCrawl, for his part, like kind of looks around and like goes to like he sees like there's like a stall with like a kind of like an awning tent over it where like somebody would kind of do business in this area, and it's got like a pair of these like heavy wooden like columns that hold up the top, and he like goes over, eyes that up, and just goes over and like plants one hand on like the surface of this counter and grabs this wooden column and just goes like and rips the whole thing out and like kind of hefts basically like a 2x4, and he's like
Nice.
and he just arms himself with like a makeshift maul that he's gonna use. The other orcs, I think, similarly.
Thyxes will hand his old broomstick to one of the others.
The other one he takes the broomstick, he sort of like looks at it, he weighs it in his hands, he goes,
What is it?
he just snaps it in half, and then like evaluates the two like pointy ends that he's made, and he goes like, and so the other orcs similarly just like they kind of avail themselves of like whatever shit they can like break or pick up that they could like swing into or stab or otherwise bludgeon somebody with.
God, I was gonna ask for that back.
One of them, I think one of them finds like a length of chain, and just like wraps it around like both his hands, and like forearms, and just like clinks them together. Yeah, you guys have like a street gang of orcs with you, and as the orcs like arm themselves and free themselves. And you guys like get ready to move. You hear a noise from the other side of the this market area, and you turn, like all of you like turn, and standing there,
A bunch of jets, fingers.
Is it that kid?
yeah, standing there is a bunch of dudes in leather coats, and they go, "We're gonna rumble, boys!" and they start snapping. No, it is not the kid. It is
The assistant?
It is yes. It is I almost said Lorson Thesines. It is Dural. It is what's his face? Aelorn Relalian's assistant.
Murderbeard found 5 gold on the ground.
Good. He's standing there.
Exactly what we need right now.
And he is like, reaches into his like pocket.
I'm gonna rush him.
How far is he from me? Yeah.
I'm gonna rush him.
Like 15 feet.
I'm gonna
Rushing.
rush him with my
We're rushing.
naginata.
Okay, so Nymue, Rowan, Scylla, 9 orcs just like run at this guy. And he's like brings out what you recognize as like one of those things that control those collars that are around those orcs' necks. Make me everybody make athletics checks. Everybody who's running at this guy, make athletics checks. Natural 20. Okay.
17 on the dice, so plus 2, 19.
That's 4.
Also a 19.
8. Okay. Alright, so Nimue's got a nat 20, Murderbeard's got an 18. Rowan had an 18?
No, I also had a
17.
19.
17. 19, what did Scylla have?
Oh wait,
I'm not. So I
Oh, okay,
something
you're
else
not.
that I wanted to be doing, but
Okay.
there was a lot going on.
So I
Gotcha,
Matt, I
gotcha.
misspoke. I had 17 on the dice, 19 total.
Yeah,
Okay, no problem.
19.
Both Rowan and I had 19.
My
All
brain,
of the
like,
orcs, all of the orcs rolled pretty well as well. So I think what happens is he like pulls this thing out, and then Nymue, Rowan, Murderbeard, and like 4 orcs just like a rugby scrum, just like dive on him. Scylla, so there's like maybe 15 feet from you, there's like a cartoon tornado with like fists and feet and stuff coming out of it.
Pile of ground beef is
What
gonna
is
be left
what
in
is
this wig.
Scylla doing right now? You said you wanted to do something.
I wanted to, because I watched Alorn Relali. I like watched him for a while after we had our like selling. I want to find the lockbox.
So that's
That he
not
was putting
here.
his-
That's back at
No?
his stall,
Oh,
which
are
is
we not-
which is a little bit. No, it's a little bit of ways from here.
Then can I go over there if we're all in the market? Can I go over there and
Yeah,
try to
you can.
look
So
for it?
like these guys like dive onto this individual, and you just like, all right, they've got that, and you
I've got my body.
yeah, you
over
trot
here
off
and
with
I'm
your
looking-
body, and you're able to go back towards Relalian's stall. Are you like telling anybody as you go, or are you just like, all right, and you
I
head
think
off?
I would have been doing this as we were getting the cage unlocked. So like
Okay.
I would just like I don't remember if I have the key or someone else has the key, but I would have asked for the key and I would have been like, I'm
Okay.
going to go
Alright,
find
so
it.
we know where you are.
I think you
I
pulled it
think
off
I might.
of him.
I think I might have the key.
You pulled it off of him because I stared at his dead body and you rolled his dead body for his stuff, and you gave Captain the gold.
Yeah.
No problem. Okay, so we'll resolve that. So everybody's tackling Relalian's assistant right now, and you arrive back at the stall that you know to be his, and you like kind of get back in behind it. You see that beneath it, there's like it's like a pair of cabinet doors underneath this thing that are like shut and locked that contain his like stuff inside.
Open them.
And yeah, your key just opens that. So you open it up. You see inside his inside his like stall.
Thyxes didn't go to tackle that guy, so he would have probably followed Scylla.
Okay, no problem.
Would've been
You
funny,
see
though.
you see a lockbox.
Yeah.
And you see a large ledger, the one that you saw him write like Nimue's information in when you guys like sold her to him.
I will pick up the book and I will look at Thyxes and hand it to him and say, "You're good at taking care of these, right?
Absolutely.
You hold on to that." And I'll take the lockbox. Is there, like, if we toss this guy's stall super quick while they're, like, pulverizing this man, is there anything else? Like, any cage keys? Can we, like, let a couple more people out while this is happening?
I think
he
Captain told me one
Relalian
time we should be looking for some kind of boxes, like treasure boxes.
That's what this is.
She's
and I
got that,
hold
yeah.
up-
She shakes it and it's like she's got coins in it for sure.
That's the one.
It's
That
just
one
like
right there.
thinks back to like a moment where he's like, "Remember, Thyxes, always look for boxes. Boxes are important." Pirates. It's like,
So you don't. I don't think you don't find anything else of interest in his stall at night here. Everything is like there's no he definitely and you would remember this from like your interaction with him, right? Like he brought you guys to like a different guy who was in charge of that area, and like that guy had his people unlocking. So like Rololian does not have, like, you don't find any keys that look like they deal with any of those pens over there.
Dang it, I want to let more people out.
I mean,
I could just try to pull the bars open.
I could just pick more doors open.
I'd wait for the massacre to end.
Okay. So the group of you dive onto the definitely not fast enough assistant of Aelorn Relolian, whose name I have lost again.
Dural.
He's got a last name, but I don't think you guys ever learned it, and
No.
I can't find it, so we're not worried about it. You guys dive onto Dural and, like, tackle him to the ground, and within maybe 2 seconds, like, he's flat on his stomach, like, his arm is, like, stretched out beside him, and, like, Nymue, your, like, knee is on the back of his shoulder, and you're, like, holding down his wrist that has that, like, control thing in it, flat on the ground.
I have a dagger to his throat.
You have a dagger to his throat. One of the orcs has, like, he's, like, palmed the back of his head like a basketball, and he's just, like, holding it down. Like, he's fully flattened. And he's, like, he's got, like, wide eyes, but he is otherwise, like, staying very still and not...
I'll take the controller.
He just, like, lets it go.
I pocket it.
While he's pinned and everyone's so efficiently holding him, I'm gonna search his pockets for anything else.
Okay.
Any more of those?
You find... make an investigation check.
I don't trust this sneaky little
I look at
Happy mushroom.
Murderbeard and tell him to go make mayhem with the rest of those slaves.
That's a 14
got this one.
investigation.
As I look at the other orcs holding him down.
You find on this individual his little coin purse he has on him that contains 1 Ignean silver noble and 3 Ignean commons, which are copper pieces. So you find one Ignean silver, 3 Ignean commons in his purse. And you also find in an interior breast pocket of his, like, little tunic, you find a piece of paper that you unfold, and it is a handwritten note. It is written in Elvish, which I don't like. If whoever reads it can okay. So you can read this.
Yeah.
It is a note. It is signed from Aelorn Relolian. And it says, I am going to investigate the identity of those individuals that sold us the Naporian. Clearly they are not who they claim to be. Should I not return within the hour, seek the authorities, check my stall, and then check the pens.
Well, too late.
So...
You were slightly too late, my man.
It's what he did what he was told, right? Like, Relolian did not come back. So he probably checked the stall and then came here and ran into you guys and 9 orcs.
And regretted his life decisions.
And seems to be greatly regretting those decisions.
He has no more of those controller things on him?
Nope, he just had the one.
I like crouch a little so I can like look down at him, even though he's like pinned to the ground. And I go, "Where are the rest of these?" And I point to the controller that Nymue took.
He says, "I don't.
You're
I don't know.
You're full of it.
He says this was my master's only one. He says all of the slave brokers have them, but."
I look at Nymue to decide what to do with him.
I'm still mind linked with
These orcs are probably kind of hungry.
yeah,
right?
I'm like, he's all yours. You deserve this. This kill is yours.
This is mind link, right? With
Yep.
Mokral. Mokral looks looks at the poor wretched half-elf lad for a minute or two. And he like moves over and like grabs him by like the scruff of his like shirt, like lifts him bodily into the air, and like turns him so that he's got Doral by like the back of his shirt and is like put his face into his own fit, like they're like face to face with Doral's feet dangling like 12 inches off the ground. And McCrawl like looks at him and just goes like, turns and throws him bodily back into the cage that you just let the orcs out of, and then slams the door. And through your mind link, he says, "There is no honor in defeating one who cannot defend themselves.
Why did I know you were going to say that?
Says he is nothing. Our glory will be sought elsewhere."
Somehow I had the feeling that's how this would work.
So how many other cages?
There's probably like a half dozen folks in these cages of like varying races and genders and ages.
Like how many locks essentially?
Let's do it this way. Make another like tool check with your whatchamacallums, lock picks, and like how good you do will determine how many locks you're able to get open or something happens.
22.
22. Okay. There's maybe a half dozen other like cages here. Not all of them are full. I think you managed to let every single person that is in the these cages in this particular area, right? Like it's an entire ass slave market in an entire ass city. But like all of the people that are here, you get those cages open. So there's like now another half dozen people like milling around in this area that you get open. And I think since that was such a good roll, one of them runs over to who took the controller from Nymue. You've got it. One of them runs over to you, and it is a human woman. She looks to be maybe in her like early 50s. She got like some crow's feet, kind of like mousy brown hair. She runs over to you and she says, "I have seen them operate those devices. I believe I know how to use it to deactivate all of our collars."
Do I believe her that she actually knows? Like,
You
she's
can
not gonna
you can make an insight
hurt
check.
these people by accident? Is she confident? I don't know if she's confident. Okay, so like 13.
You get the sense that like she's not like you don't think she's like bullshitting. You know, she definitely is like, "Hey, I saw them do this. I think I can figure it out." Okay. I mean, I will say for this insight check, like she also has one of these collars on. So if she fucks it up, like she's also getting zapped.
That's true. Okay, I will hand it to her.
Okay, so she takes it. I'm gonna make a roll for her. She fiddles with it for a minute. And after about like 5-6 seconds, one of the orcs goes like, and she's like, sorry, hang on.
What you do?
She fiddles. She's like, I saw it. I watched through the and she figures something out. And she goes, and she like makes a motion with her thumb across the surface of this like control stone, while pointing it at one of the orcs. And the blue illumination of the collar like dims, and the collar goes and unlocks, and the orc like takes it off, throws it on the ground, and stomps on it.
Good job.
She's like, "I got it now," and she just one after the other repeats this to everybody in the area, finishing with herself, and gets everybody's collars off.
I turn to the lady that we saved from the other place.
Aora Veshtan,
Aora,
the
I
bookkeeper.
didn't meet you. Can get us to the docks. Get us to our ship. Let's
She
go.
says-
Everybody move.
She said, "Yes, yes, okay, this way." And she like, if you see in her face, she's like conflicted about something. Briefly, you see her like fight internally about something, and then she just goes like, "Okay, yes, let's go to the docks. Come on."
I bet she wants to go back to her warehouse thing.
I think
Oh,
she
that's it.
just
She
was
has
trying to
she has a
figure
different
out the
voice.
rest of
Yeah,
the
she goes like she definitely like you see like conflict as she tries to make up her mind about something, and then she goes like, "Okay, yes, no, you are right. The ducks. Let us go this way. Follow me. Stay close."
If nobody else does it, I'm gonna smash the ever-living crap out of that remote.
Oh, I'm still holding it. I wouldn't have let her like keep it.
I wonder though if we find more.
Yeah,
that
I'm
have
just
these
gonna
colors,
keep
we
it
might be able to
just in case.
use it.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Maybe it's like a remote, and if you go to the wrong car, it still accidentally.
I grab a collar to bring with us so we can test and play with it on the ship, and
Cool.
I just keep
And
running.
now I just imagine being somewhere on the dock, being like, "Where's our ship?
Cherry pie!
There it is."
Except like you're like clicking the thing, and you hear like whoop whoop, and it's just tea kettle
tea
making
kettle.
that noise from the crow's nest.
He's like flashing a lantern and like raising and lowering the mast.
Okay, so you begin to like run in earnest now,
Yeah.
right? Like you
Wait,
guys
what-
like
we're just straight
you
booking it
are
now.
you are too big a
How
party to even try and
how
stealth
long
at
did
this
it
point.
take?
No, there's no way.
How long did it take Murderbeard to unlock all the cages?
This whole ordeal, start to finish, probably took the better part of the last like 15 minutes or so.
If Thyxes had just a smidge of time after basically him and Scylla did that to the first stall.
Sure.
If there was a second stall like nearby, I would look for another treasure box in
Okay.
the second stall very quickly before heading.
Remember,
make an
Thyxes,
investigation check.
Always look for
Make
boxes.
an investigation check.
He was number one.
At least he remembers the rules.
That's an 18.
Oh my god.
Okay, with an 18, Scylla is like goes in, she like gets the box, gets the book, like okay, she like heads off to this, and you like start to walk, and like the clouds above like coalesce, and like Mufasa from the Lion King, you see Murderbeard in the sky, and
I'm
he
starting
says,
to see the way. I'm
Re-
starting to see the way.
"Remember,
Remember who you are, Thyxes.
look for loot, loot." And you rush over, and you like you pick out a particularly promising looking booth, and you you like jiggle the locked door, and you're like, it's locked, and you realize it's like the wood is a little warped from like moisture, and so you just sort of like are able to like reach in there, and you like kind of just fiddle the lock from the inside and flip it open, and you're like, haha, and you just grab like another small lockbox and run off after Scylla.
Such poor craftsmanship. Terrible.
I just like to think that it was like, look for loot, loot,
Loot.
and get new pants.
Yeah. Okay, so you are now a party of, hang on, let me do some quick math.
47?
Let me do some math.
Hey, maybe some of them know how to sail, and
There
they'll
are
help us get out fast.
5 of you, right? There
Need more people that can
is
fit on this boat.
Aora, there is 9 orcs, and there is a dozen. You are a party of 27 people, running,
Sail this boat like this.
running through the streets.
Wait, all the people we released are following us too.
No, some of them are definitely, as you guys like start running for it, some of them definitely begin to like
Yeah.
split off into like alleyways and
I
stuff
only told
and try to escape.
in Orcish
Yeah.
to follow. I didn't say that to the party.
I mean,
Yeah,
like the people kind of like several of them definitely do like you came and like let them out of their cages and let their like took their collars off there and then like took off as if with a destination. They're like, well, these people clearly have a plan. We're going with them. So I think by the time you guys like start getting close to the docks, you probably have maybe half of the original contingent of like people that you let out, but like all of the orcs are still with you. So you're still like there are still 20 of you. It's a pretty big group. You guys make it like to the streets of the here, I'll move the map so you guys can see. You guys make it, you're heading here to these docks. Alright.
Oh god, it's so far.
It's so far away. Yeah.
You run for like 20 minutes and you're like just sprinting through, and a couple of times like you pass, like you see like guards like a street over like see you guys like running past and like turn, and as you guys get like to the last couple of blocks before you get to like the docks district, there's like a small army now chasing you. Like,
I think are we just yelling like take him?
You're like, yeah, you guys are full out like it's like Jack Sparrow. It's Jack Sparrow in that pirate movie where he like runs across the beach. So you guys are like running pell-mell. I think some of your like the orcs are definitely like out in front, right? Like, and a couple of times like a few guards do like head you off, right? And, like, the few of them unfortunate enough to, like, get in front of you immediately just get, like, pounded into the concrete by these orcs. And you guys, like, keep running. But, like now that you hear, like, horses and carriages and carts, like, the damn army is, like, following you guys now. And some of the, like, I think you lose a few more of the, like, the folks that are with you at this point as it gets a little too hot for them and they, like, panic and peel off. Trying to like get away. So you shed probably a few more of them at this point. So now it's like you guys, the orcs, and maybe like 2 or 3 of the like the braver of these captives that you released. You get the last thing you get to here. There's like you're running down this street, and the end of the block is approaching you, and there's a wide thoroughfare that like separates this like housing portion here from like the warehouses and storefronts and stalls and stuff of the dock district, right? There's maybe like a 50-foot wide road. And you guys are running right for this, the last cluster of buildings before like the docks proper starts on the other side of this road. And as you guys like get within like 20 feet of this, sure enough, that guard captain on that like semi-solid, like partially spectral horse, like wheels up and blocks your path.
Oh no, we're dead. TBK, let's go.
I don't want to go into initiative here because we're dealing with like way too many people for that to be anything approaching narratively satisfying. So I want to handle this kind of narratively. He has pulled up in front of you, and you can hear, like, other guards, like, coming in from the sides. There are guards coming from behind you. He is between you and, like, where the docks are. And you're about to be penned in. What are you guys doing?
Quick question, because I'm paranoid.
Yes.
Does this guy look familiar at all?
No. He's definitely an elf. Definitely like not familiar to you.
Paranoid. Okay. That makes me feel 0.5% better.
I will say, because you did make a really good religion check earlier, he has on his, like, it's like holding his, like, guard captain's cape on. He has an emblem of the Church of Nasum, like, pinning his cape on. So he is, like, both a guard captain and like seems to have some sort of authority that is tied to the church as well as like the judicial branch of the empire.
So how far behind us is like so there's like literally like a parade of guards like behind us.
They have closed like a block behind you, like 24 guards and like horses and stuff are like closing in on you guys, and you can like hear from the side streets the shouts of like more of them. And right now it's just this guy in front of you, but you can hear on either side of the like the end of the street that you guys are on, like he's got guys coming. Like basically like you guys are currently in the process of being surrounded.
You know what? I got one left in me. I'm gonna entangle the parade of men behind us.
And I'm just gonna keep moving forward and
I'm just gonna run with the orcs and Nymue straight at him.
Yeah,
very cool.
I'm not
while praying to Helm as I'm running.
Here's how I'm gonna do this. Scylla, I want you to roll plus Arcana to see like how potently you unleash this spell.
You know what? Green for druids.
Green for druids.
Can I give her my inspiration?
Yeah, I rolled a natural 1. So
I
have your inspiration?
I heard. Can I give her my inspiration? Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I still
you have inspiration that you want to give. Only one person can do it. I'm not gonna like just let a stream of inspirations. Somebody can donate an inspiration to give you advantage.
And a natural 18, so that's a 19 total.
Hey. All right. We'll resolve
my
that.
God.
We'll resolve that in a second. So Scylla, you like all of you like skid to a stop. Scylla, you whip around and you're like, I got one more in me, and you begin to like cast this spell. And the rest of you are continuing to charge forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm aiming right for him.
Thyxes is gonna smile, and hopefully before they get to him, I would like to go ahead and blast off one of my special feature spells at him.
Yeah. Go for it, Thyxes. And actually, as you guys run Thyxes, you begin to like wind up this spell, and you see him raising a hand, preparing to cast magic as well. So what are you doing, Thyxes?
I am going to use... Am I within 60 feet?
Yes.
Okay, I am going to use my Ray of Sickness ability, and I'm going to channel my Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage on the roll.
Okay.
And I'm also going to heighten the spell to give him disadvantage. If it hits, he has to make it his Constitution save with disadvantage.
Okay.
This is going to automatically trigger a wild magic if you so choose.
Sure it is. It sure is. Okay, roll to hit.
First one's a pretty good one. Let's see if I do better. It's a 25 to hit.
A 25 does hit. So he has to make a save at disadvantage?
Well, first he takes 9 points of poison damage. I rolled poorly on the damage, and he has to make a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
He rolled a 3 and a 2 on his con saving throw. His con is a +4, but that's not super going to matter when you roll a 3 or a 2.
He is considered poisoned until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
Giving him disadvantage on attack rolls and I
so
think saving throws, maybe?
Here's what he does. Thyxes, you...
disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Is anyone else doing anything at, like, a range to this guy?
I would like to side power leap, long jump at this man.
Hell yes. Okay. So before we get to that, he's gonna act first because he and Thyxes are doing like spells at range.
Slinging, yep.
Okay. So here's how this plays out. You guys run. You're running down this thoroughfare. You see the warehouses, and beyond that the docks and the masts of ships beyond you. This captain of the guard comes reeling around the corner on his spectral steed. You hear guards closing in on every side of you. The ones that have been chasing you close the distance as you guys like skid to a halt. Scylla, you whip around and you bring your magic to bear, pulling this massive patch of like just water like boils up through the cobblestones of the ground, and like bulbous tangling seaweed and seagrass just lashes up in every direction, and it like with a will reaches out and is like it's grabbing like wrists and torsos and legs and like pulling people to the ground, and guards are face planting. You hear horses like scream as they're like entangled. Riders go flying over the front of them as no fewer than like 50 city guards that are like chasing you just immediately get like dragged basically to the ground by this huge patch of entangling seagrass that you pull.
I think like the seaweed, up. Like it almost, if this is like a really good one, it like forms into like the shape of like dire wolves and like sharks and like the mouths of like whales, like pulling them down and
Hell
stuff.
Yeah.
So the plants like just look like animals.
And you can basically see like there's dozens of like vaguely humanoid lumps with like arms like reaching out as they're just like pulled back into the ground as they try to get up, and you fully stop the oncoming chasers behind you. Camera whirls around. Whoof. We see Thyxes like pull in the energy and throw this spell. The guard captain like hunches and like braces. He needs to quick. Actually, let me double check this. No, it's not concentration. Okay. He like braces, but this spell like strikes into him. His helmet flies off his head as he's like struck by Thyxes' ray of sickness. And you see as like he's an elf. He's got like kind of like chestnut colored long hair pulled back in a ponytail. His ears like extend out behind. He has these like beautiful blue eyes, and he grimaces and like grits his teeth as like black creeps up like from like beneath the collar of his like armor, as his veins like pulse with poison as Thyxes' spell like takes effect, and it like spider webs on either side of his eyes, which immediately go like yellow and jaundiced as he is hit by this spell. But through gritted teeth, he snarls a word again. And he once more lifts his hand, points in your direction.
Does my wild magic go off yet, Matt, or you want to wait on it?
As soon as he does this, the next thing we're going to resolve is your wild magic.
I was going to say, because I rolled it, and it's going to matter if you're attacking me.
What he does is, again, he holds this hand up, points it at you, and he snarls, "Halt!" And I need Thyxes, Scylla, and Rowan to make wisdom saving throws.
21.
Okay.
Oh.
You picked the wrong bitch to do wisdom saving throw.
Natural 1 for a 2.
Okay.
No.
22 for Rowan total.
Okay. Once again, Rowan, Scylla, Thyxes, you feel he utters this word, and the absolute authority that like rings in his voice strikes you like a steel mallet. Scylla and Rowan again, Scylla for the first time here, the feral joy of like how badly you just fucked up like a battalion of guys is like coursing through your veins, and like you shrug this magic off. Rowan again, like nobody tells you what to do. Thyxes, however, you just your arms snap to your side, and you like the idea even that you would like disobey this order to just like cease, desist, and stand where you are is insane to you. Like, you are not moving. And yet, the floodgate is opened. Like, you kicked the metaphorical beehive of magic inside you, and like a sneeze boiling up in you, like, it's coming, whether you like it or not. And this magic just bursts from you, and what happens with your wild magic?
It basically I'm under the shield spell, so I get a +2 bonus to my AC, and any magic missile spells are automatically dispersed.
Spikes just like stops moving, and then immediately like this like dome of arcane green energy just like boom, appears around him. And I think you guys see even through the haze of this like poison that he's under, this guard captain is like, but what? So that's what happens. That's kind of this series of events. Scylla, you have for the moment hampered the guys pursuing you from behind. Thyxes has successfully managed to hit and poison this guard captain, and he has attempted to like stop you in your tracks. With the exception of Thyxes, who now has this weird shield around him, though, like doesn't seem like anybody is affected. What are you guys doing? Keep in mind, like, you have the orcs at your disposal here too. You can kind of tell me if you want them to do something, and they'll do it.
Orcs attack. I grab Thyxes.
Yeah, Nymue is pretty much like synced with the.
I want to run at him, but yeah.
And tells him, let's take him out, and like hit and run.
Okay.
And I'm going to rush forward, and when I'm within decent range, I will leap.
I'm gonna ask Nymue to ask Muckroll to fastball specialty.
Oh, okay, sure. I will relay that to Muckroll and see if he's up for that.
Okay, so the plan. Okay, yes, for sure. So the plan is Rowan is grabbing Thyxes, everyone else is running. And you guys are kind of like taking pot shots at this guy, trying to just like bowl through him and keep going, right? Okay. Yeah. Everybody can make. Everybody who's who's not carrying somebody. So somebody has to have the dead body. So Scylla's got the dead body. Rowan's got Thyxes. Murderbeard and Nymue. And the orcs. You guys can make attacks on your, actually, Nymue, you make an attack. Murderbeard will deal with your thing in a second.
Drop the box. Pick up the box. I dropped it.
I'll do whatever Thyxes wants me to do.
I'll
and I'm running.
Make sure he doesn't drop
She's
anything.
behind me, so I assume anything I miss, she's gonna grab. She can see it. It's fine.
I think that's an 12 plus 6, 18.
An 18 will hit, yes.
By the way, she did activate her Psy Leap, so she jumped 15 feet towards him as she's stabbing down.
Okay. You run forward and go ahead, roll damage. You basically like, I think you sort of like flip like over him as you go past, right? And you just like slice as you go by.
That's 12 damage, but I'm also going to pump it with strike. So that's an extra 2.
Okay. So you slice across. You like flip over him, swinging your naginata like what is to your orientation over your head, but is actually down as you are fully upside down as you like go past him, and the naginata like cuts like this up across his face, and from like jaw to the top of his head, you just cut like a straight line across, and his eye is like fully like rended, just like a mess of blood. And he like snaps back in his like saddle as you go past and like complete your flip and land on the ground behind him. Meanwhile, before he has time to like fully recover, like 4 orcs hit him. Macrawl like runs. Murderbeard, you're like running. Macrawl in like 3 strides catches up to you, and like with 2 hands he puts one on like the back of your collar and the other one on like the belt, like your belt. And he yells out a command. He yells something in Orcish. He goes like, and his orcs like run up and basically like several of them just like ram the horse, this like spectral horse, and several of them like hit into him, keeping him from, like, regaining his balance after Nymue, like, slashes him. One of them specifically, like, bear hug, like, grabs around his, like, bicep of his sword arm, like wrestling his sword arm as his momentum is, like, carrying him past. And McCrawl just, like, chucks you like this. So I think, like, if you imagine, he's running straight at the horse with this guard, and he throws you, adding his throw to his own momentum, and, like, he runs past, right? Like, his momentum carries him past the guard as you fly, like, directly like a dwarven missile into, like, his head and torso. Roll to hit.
That's a natural 20.
You bet it is.
Roll damage because it's gonna be a lot.
Yes, I do actually. You need to roll damage and roll sneak attack damage, and you are critting. Oh, holy shit!
So how you do? You doubling the dice, or just doubling what I roll?
Just roll all of your dice, your damage,
double.
your sneak attack, and then just double everything, or we'll be here all damn night.
Use the dice roller. So before the double, it's 28 points of damage.
Okay, so 28 plus 28. Okay. So you do a total of 56 points of damage to him. You plunge your rapier into him. Crawl through you so hard that, like, the rapier goes in, like, behind the breastplate that he's wearing and, like, into his collarbone. But your momentum, like, you slam bodily into him and are, like, thrown over him. And so, like, you kind of land. Make a dexterity saving throw for me, as you, like, basically fall off of the back of this guy's horse.
16.
Okay, so you land on your feet, right behind Nymue, who also, like, Nymue lands after her, like, flipping slash. You land right behind her. Your sword basically, like, goes in and then is, like, pulled out as you, like, roll over this guy's shoulder and, like, flip and tumble behind him. You land on the ground. Macrawl, like, skids and spins and turns. The orcs that had, like, slammed the the horse, like, they kind of peel off. And then there are basically, like, two orcs, like, holding, like, one of them is, like, holding his sword arm. The other one is, like, basically, like, got a leg and is, like, trying to, like, pull him off the saddle as he's, like, been unseated. And a third one is just sort of, like, in position behind the other, like, the one who's, like, pulling him down with holding that sword that Rowan gave him. And he, like, falls. He goes, like, completely flat backwards in the saddle, right? And his head, like, lashes back. So, like, Nymue, as you land, Murderbeard, as you land, as Macrawl, like, passes, his head comes back, and you guys turn, and you, like, lock eyes. Your eyes to his eye, because he only has one now. You, like, lock eyes with him for, like, a split second, and through, like, the poison, through the blood, he goes, like, and rights himself in the saddle.
The sound didn't. What is
he just went, like,
Oh, okay.
And like, rights himself in the saddle and pulls his sword arm free of the orc that's holding it. And he's gonna make 3 attacks against those 3 orcs surrounding him. Your AC is okay. 2 definitely hit. Okay, he hits 2 of them, and
If he is affected by the poison, this would give him
Oh, he's a
disadvantage.
disadvantage. Yes, he is affected by the poison.
Mhm.
Okay, let me re-roll that. Let me re-roll those two. Those were higher. He still hits 2 of them. But he does miss 1.
Carrying
and
Thyxes,
he
I can't use my
deals-
shield to protect any of them, right?
No, you're not in range for this.
Okay. I was gonna
This
say,
shit. It's here. Oh boy. He like rights himself in his seat, and he just like from a mounted position, he just goes like, and fully cuts 2 of McCrawl's bulls down like in 1 slash each, and they fall dead to the ground.
No.
He like after he like chops the second one, he like whips the blade up and tries to swing it at the third, and the third like backs up out of the way. And then he like grabs the reins and like wheels this spectral horse around to like face you guys, and like spins his curved blade in his hand and like holds it in a ready position.
so are we past? Are we between?
You
him
are
and shit now?
everybody is past him.
Okay.
So like, and now that you're like on the far side of him in this street, you can see like dozens of guards from either side like running towards you guys. The 2 orcs that he hit are like they're dead. Like there's nothing you can do for them. The like remainder of you have gotten past him at this point.
Run.
Okay. So is this cheese it is the plan here?
Nymue, tell the orcs to run!
I tell the girl to follow.
He like looks to you and he barks a command to his orcs.
Actually, I'll
And
just
they,
say it
like-
in Orcish. It's faster.
If you speak orc, yeah, you just yell it.
Yeah, I
he
just
barks.
yell it.
He barks like he just like you say this. He turns to his remaining bulls and just goes like move. And you guys like run. So you guys start running, right? Like you weave your way. You cross this street. You weave your way through these like warehouses. You see the docks ahead of you, right? And you're like, you come out even with the dock that your ship is on. So you're like, beat feet running towards this dock. You
Like,
you make.
Be careful to start the car.
You
Is Thyxes on commands is over now? Isn't it only a
let's
round?
see.
Yeah, I think it's like I have to do it for 1 round, and then afterwards.
Yes. So
We do it
after
for,
like
the next
by the
round.
time
So
you
this
guys
is, like,
get by the time you guys get past him and all of this happens, like Thyxes, you like are able.
I
to
would
run again.
continue to allow Rowan to carry me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just for the sake of using your magic is why I want. I'm still carrying. I'm not putting you down. I'm just making sure you're awake and on our side again.
You guys run.
Mhm.
And you see the seaquill at the far end of the dock that you approach, and you cover half the distance down the dock towards the seaquill, and then you hear hoofbeats hit the wood of the dock behind you. Look, the rest of the guards like are on foot primarily and have not caught up. This guy like is in pursuit and he is gaining on you.
If I'm on her shoulder, I would assume that I'm being like fireman's carried. And I'm
Yeah, so
looking
you're
back
like
there, and this
pointing
guy-
backwards, seeing this guy like coming down the. Yes.
We must move faster, faster. Must move faster. When I'm gonna hold a spell. If he gets in within 120 feet of us, I'm
He's
going
already
to-
within 120 feet of you for sure.
All right, I will.
He's probably like 60 feet away and closing at this point.
All right, well, we're not going any faster, so I'm gonna slow him down. So I start to use my orb, and I'm gonna cast slow.
Hell
Towards
yeah. He needs to make a save, right?
Yes.
And he's
wisdom
poisoned,
saving
so I
throw.
believe he's at disadvantage.
The poison lasts only till the end of my next turn.
Oh,
so
okay, alright, so he's
probably
no
Poison
longer
doesn't
poisoned.
affect saves.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he will make a wisdom save, you said?
Wisdom save, DC 15.
He gets a 12.
All right. So his speed is halved. Takes a -2 penalty to AC and dexterity saving throws, and can't use reactions. And on his turn, he can only use an action or a bonus action, not both. And if he has multi-attack, I think they can only make one attack on the multi-attack feature.
Rowan's just running faster. She doesn't know what's happening behind her, but she's running faster.
Shit.
I have to do some reading here. So here's what happens. You throw this spell at this this guard captain, and you hit him with it, and you see it take effect, and he is like carrying his sword out behind him, and right as the spell hits him, he begins to like flip the sword in his hand, and that like begins to happen in slow motion as he's like, the horse he's on, however, continues to charge you at the same speed that it had been running before. So he is like moving in slow motion. The horse, however, is like a steamroller coming at you.
Well, it didn't all the way work. Keep running.
You guys make the
Never
gangplank of the sequel with 30 feet to spare. And like, you know, like point, right? And like orcs and the couple of people that are still with you, like people start streaming up the gangplank like onto the sequel. As soon as this happens, like you come like thundering down, like already you see like Tea Kettle, Movor, and Melted Snow are like look, see you guys full out like running down the dock pursued by this guy, and are like, whew! They probably like, I think they like Three Stooges style, like they all like bang into each other and then like run off in different directions and like begin like unmooring ropes and like making ready to try and sail as you guys like run up onto the deck of this ship. So you guys are able to successfully, I think, should you want to, everybody can get onto the sequel before this guy reaches you. Is that what you were all doing? Is everybody, like, piling in?
Yeah. I'm gonna drop Thyxes, but I'm gonna stand at the gangplank.
Okay.
Facing him.
I'm dropping the body, and I'm also
I'm gonna kick out
help.
the gangplank too. As
helping get rid of that.
Okay. This slow spell, does he have to repeat this save, or is he just slowed for the next minute or whatever it is?
Let me check.
I think is it like at the end of his turn?
Can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its
So
turns.
you buy enough time that you are all able to get on the ship without him like catching up to you. But I think as you guys all make the deck of the sequel and like the horse like pulls up at the base of the gangplank, that'll constitute like he'll remake that save. And he rolls a 19.
So then he's no longer slowed. Yeah.
And he like finishes flipping the sword and like looks at all of you on the ship, and he's going to
get shot by Tea Kettle.
Tea Kettle fires all the cannons.
The sequel has no weapons, unfortunately. Let's do this. One of you guys roll an initiative. Let's do 2 flat d20s. One of you guys roll an initiative for like the party. I will roll an initiative for him.
Captain, do it.
Captain.
Okay.
Oh my.
Is it a good oh my or a bad oh my? For him.
What you got, Murderbeard?
I did 20.
Just a straight d20?
Just a straight d20.
No, gay d20.
Maybe.
Oh, let me get my other dice then.
It's like a regular d20. It just has better fashion sense.
That's another natural 20.
Oh, interesting. Because he
I don't know if
also
that's good or
rolled a
bad,
natural.
though.
He also rolled a natural 20.
Oh no!
Oh no.
I had to double check because the 20 also looks like.
Roll him again. Roll him again.
Oh boy!
Oh. No.
It's only an 18.
He rolled a 4.
Okay.
You guys collectively can like take a round to do something, and then he will do something, assuming he's still alive.
Can I reach him?
No,
Is he that
you're
close?
on the ship. He's down on the dock.
Does like getting the ship ready to move a thing?
Tea kettle, and Movor and Melted Snow are handling that. You don't have to worry about that.
I want to shoot him in his face.
Mm-hmm. So if you've got range stuff, go ahead and go for it.
16 to hit.
16 does not hit.
Wait, hold on. 17 hit. Sorry.
No.
I think it was okay. It was +6, not +6.
If you're taking a shot, it blinks off of his finely made plate armor. Is anybody else doing with their, is anybody else doing with their
How far away is he
From
from us?
probably like 20 feet down a little bit?
I would like to cast Reduce on the dock beneath him.
What?
Nice. Nice.
What does that mean?
Okay. Here's what I think. Here's how I think we're gonna handle this. A dock is not one thing, right?
Like just a chunk of the dock.
But,
like
yeah,
that you
so I
stand on.
think
Yeah.
you're gonna hit a piece of the dock, and like a handful of planks are gonna reduce in size beneath like the steed that he's on. And I'm gonna have him make a couple of saving throws. So you like cast reduce, and you just like throw. You're like, you hit as much wood as you can reach, and like 4 or 5 like of the thick planks of this dock like shrink down. So I'm gonna make a save for the horse, and I'm gonna make a save for him. Okay. Rapidly, these pieces of wood shrink. The horse, like, footing becomes unsure. The horse tries to, like, leap, but is not able to, as, like, it doesn't find purchase on the rapidly shrinking planks. And the horse begins to fall through the dock. This elven guard captain, however, like, plants a hand on, like, the saddle of the horse and vaults himself off of it, landing on solid ground. His summoned steed falls through, and you hear the, like, splash of it, like, fall into the water beneath the dock. He lands heavily on the dock, beside you. And he turns, and that, like, telltale hand comes up again, and he goes, approach.
Shit.
And I need Thyxes, Rowan, and McCraw are going to make wisdom saving throws.
Chat, where you at? Chat, come on, chat.
Chat, this would be a great time to give Thyxes advantage. Macraw will make a roll. Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. Chat gave me a thing. Can I give the thing that chat gave me? It was a proficiency bonus.
Oh, somebody gave me inspiration.
I got you.
There you go.
You
Thyxes has inspiration.
Chat. You call on chat.
Chat. You call and chat.
And Jason pitched in for my funeral expenses
Good,
with 5
thank you.
gold.
Wait, can I give I got the oh my god, what was it? I don't remember what it was, but I got a thing, and it's like add your proficiency bonus or bardic inspiration. Can I give that to one of the other people that might need it? If they need it, can I just donate it?
Yeah, if you want to give a bardic inspiration to Thyxes or Rowan, you can.
Chat came in big. Chat came in big.
I don't need it. He's gonna hate me. He's gonna hate me. I don't need it.
Give it to Thyxes. Add I think it's like a +3. I don't know what it was.
I'll be okay. I think
okay.
I'll be all right. Chat helped me out enough.
How did Mocrawl do okay, or does he?
I gave Macraw a luck point, by the way.
Okay,
What does a
I don't
luck
know if
point
you're
do?
gonna allow this.
You can re-roll if it's not good.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I was gonna give Mocrawl anyway.
Okay, so basically he gets advantage, essentially.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. I have his rolls. How did Thyxes do? How did Rowan do?
Thyxes got a 20.
Okay.
23.
Okay.
He hates me.
Approach. And as he says this, Tea Kettle goes like, "Ah!" and like casts the last line off and like throws it at him. It does nothing. It just sort of like it kind of like hits him and like falls to the ground like it's just like a rope. But the ship starts to move because melted snow has like pulled the rope and like released the sails. The ship starts to go. Movor is like at the helm. But like Murderbeard, he like looks to you and he goes, "Movor should not, Captain." And he like gestures to you to like take the wheel as the vessel begins to pull away from the dock. And I think so you asked the question like how Movor did, right?
How Mocrawl did, yeah.
Macraw did. I don't know if you guys can tell or not. Because there is a pause of like a handful of seconds as the ship pulls away from the dock. And this guard captain begins to like looks like he's preparing another spell. And Macraw goes like turns and looks at the group of you and looks at the bulls that are still alive with you. And he like grins and his eyes go jet black.
Oh no.
And he jumps off the side of the boat.
Oh no!
No, can I grab him? I was
You
at the
can
front
try.
of the boat. I was right.
Can I also try to grab him?
I'm not letting
I
this
will
happen.
I will let both of you guys make contested athletics checks at disadvantage.
Okay.
Additional question.
Oh, that's not D20s.
Did we bring any like rum or alcohol on the sequel?
It's your ship.
Probably.
Part of your ship.
Nymue usually wants wine.
Probably
said
not an
athletics,
enormous
Matt?
amount. Like a contested
Just-
strength check.
Is there a bottle of booze
Sure.
somewhere?
Sure.
Murderbeard's gonna attempt to make a Molotov cocktail.
Okay.
Okay, so just strength check, I got a 14
Okay.
at disadvantage.
I got an 18 with disadvantage. I rolled a
Okay,
17.
I gotta check Macraw's strength real quick because it's gonna
Probably
be
fucking jacked, absolutely
close.
juiced.
Is it an 18? Run.
Yeah, 18.
He rolled.
Please say a 17.
Hang on a second. I don't actually
gonna-
know who.
I'm gonna-
I don't know who counts as the defender here because he also got an 18.
Technically, if you averaged my roll with Rowan's, it's a 16. It's like the average of our two.
Why'd you say that?
Because I'm
Okay.
being honest.
I don't believe in honesty when we're trying to save an orc that we just freaking risked everything to bring out.
Okay, so all right, so he is jumping off of the
Roll
ship.
off?
So you're technically attacking, like you would be attacking him.
Yeah, like trying to like.
Like a
So
grapple attack almost.
it makes him
Yeah.
the defender, which means the tie goes to Macraw.
Mm-hmm.
Which means
But I'm in his way.
Rowan, you like step in front of him and like as he like gets a foot onto the railing and like leaps, and you get your arms like around his waist and you try to hold on, but he pushes off and your grip breaks and he leaps off the edge of the boat and lands like with a thump in front of this guard captain and like hefts this club that he has as you guys
Oh, is he
begin
gonna smack him?
to pull away. He definitely like he looks like he's like the guy's command was approach. And whether or not it worked or whether or not Macraw has decided like, nah, fuck this, I'm gonna kill this guy. Like it doesn't seem to have hindered him one way or the other of like he jumps off the boat, right? And you guys pull away.
Follow the command.
And like
Yeah.
like the club comes up and he's gonna fight. And you guys pull away from the dock. And what you see we'll have to wait for 2 weeks from now because that's the end of tonight's session.
I'm gonna hit this man with a Molotov
Matt!
cocktail and break his concentration. I don't care.
Oh my god.
Okay. So hey, we
Somebody
reached
put in
the
the notes
end.
that I was gonna do that because I will not remember.
Molotov. Technically, maybe Molotov cocktails don't exist in this world. Maybe you're about to invent this. Maybe it's going to be the Murderbeard cocktail.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. So you guys are on the Seaquill, away from the dock, pulling out of port here. Out of danger? Maybe, maybe not. At the very least, on the ship and getting away. Macraw, unknown to you whether or not via magical command or not, has leapt from the deck of the Seaquill, and is facing down one-on-one this magic-capable guard captain, as you guys sail away out into the harbor. And we will see how this resolves next time on the Pirates Delve Requisite. So thank you guys, everybody at home, for watching this evening. Thank you to Proficiency Bonuses sponsors Cardboard Castle and Little Dragon Corp. And thank you, as always, to my players for joining me. Oh boy. So, do we have any other Probo announcements or anything we need to make? Or shall we,
Happy 100th episode.
happy 100 episodes, everybody.
Hey.
Hey, happy 100 episodes.
There is an announcement. There's gonna be no Star Wars this month. All Mystic Hour for a little bit.
All Mystic Hour, all the time.
Oops,
Close
all
your
Mystic
eyes.
Hours.
Close your eyes. Oops, all proficiency bonus. Oops, all Mystic Hour. You close your eyes, and Mystic Hour will be playing on the inside of your eyelids for the duration of the month.
Yeah.
Is that not what already happens to everybody else?
Yeah.
Alrighty, well. Good luck to you all in whatever endeavors you take this week. Let me give a quick. I kind of want to give. I'm gonna give everybody, and the whole damn party gets DM's inspiration this
And
week.
chat.
Because that whole shit was awesome. All of that was awesome. So everyone gets inspiration for just a very cool escape action sequence. So mark that down on your character sheets. And yeah. Yeah,
My
that's good for
goodness.
now. So we'll be back next Tuesday with the Fool's Errant, who are currently in stark contrast to this, where these guys are super disrespecting the authority figures of a city. The Fool's Errant are currently in a very civil meeting with the King of Mithlande, King Roland Oldo. So we will
we'll
kind
find a
of.
way to offend him.
Oh yeah, probably. We'll see where that goes next week, and then we'll be back here the week after. Let me just double check my calendar here. The 9th, then the 16th, we will be back here with the Fool's Errant. We will very likely be off the week after that, the week of the 23rd, but with all likelihood, the week of the 30th, we'll be back to our normal schedule. So be sure to tune in for Delve, check out all the other stuff Probo's got going on, and of course, because they won't let me not say it,
Say it.
see you next Tuesday, everybody.
See you next
Bye.
Tuesday.
Bye.